Good evening, and welcome to Dice at Dusk. Quick content warning before we begin. This is a horror stream, and it does deal with mature themes. So, please consider this your trigger warning for gore, for horror, and generally the worst that humanity has to offer at times. Welcome, again, to Dice at Dusk. Hey guys, and welcome to tonight's episode of Dice in the Dusk. We're back with the incomparable Amanda, the magnificent Mila, the joyous Jaymi, and the colophonous cow. Hey, alliteration and verbiage, I love it. So, in the last episode, you guys were trapped in the sewers. Slimes closing in on each side. You managed to find a slight respite in the vault of a smuggling gang before moving on to the edge of the sewer and being confronted with what appeared to be a more solid shadow beast. As you killed it, you found yourselves face to face with the smuggler's trove, leading you to Macau, a black wood bow with silver etchings that Kilkax claimed for his own, as well as a book for someone by the name of Silvermane. And that's where we're gonna pick up this episode. Slight housekeeping matter. We've moved away from Roll20, and from here on forward, when we're meeting in person, we're going to be using Tailspire as our tabletop. So, it hasn't happened yet as of time of recording, but actually 28. But it hasn't happened yet, but they are going to have Hero Forge integration within the next month or so. So, make your minis and buy them, and we'll have our little adventuring party on the table proper, hopefully by next class, or next session. So, as you stepped out from the sewer, you found yourself in a park outside the City of Fortune. The new road, what you know to be the new road, stretched out before you, stretched out below you, and winding through the forested hills of Ente Iscara. What do you want to do?
I really needed that rest, guys. And holy cats, that habitat is the coolest thing. I can't believe our tea is still hot. That guy's a genius. I'm going to invest in him when we get back to town.
I guess not. I'm still preoccupied with the sword.
Anything in particular you want to be doing with the blade?
Are we now in a safe situation?
For the moment, and not that anywhere is truly safe in Ravenloft, but
I think we should find some shelter so we can recuperate and discuss our next plan.
all right. Give me a perception check.
6.
6. You don't see anything that would offer you a very good camping spot, and where you are does see the lawn is cut and the flower beds are manicured, so it doesn't seem like this would be a very advantageous place to spend the night.
I feel like we should just come out like in the morning, haven't we?
Yes.
So
We've been up
I think we've got like a whole day's worth of travel
ahead of us to get to where we're headed. Do you
guys could take a short rest if your like hit points are down.
I think we just did a full rest, didn't we? And we also leveled up, which means that all
Yeah, when you level up with me, all spell slots and all HP are back to their maximum.
Okay, so spells and everything as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna start this day right. Let's go. Hit the road.
Everybody jumps up.
Yeah, right. With pastry. Yeah. And pen to pat.
Yeah. And so now we're headed to where? Where are we going? We have to find somebody?
The manor. We're headed to the manor.
So are we detoured to the city? Now we're just up.
We were on our way to the edge of the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we want horses for this, or are we doing this on foot?
Do we have horses?
No.
No.
If
Okay.
I recall, it was only 2 days trek to the manor.
2
So
days
we
walk.
figured we'd just walk.
Walking. Okay.
All right. So now we get to come to the fun part. Everybody come around to this side.
I'm gonna get started.
Yeah. It's time to choose your miniatures. Until we can truly make them happen for you.
Is this glass on the top, or is this
That's the screen.
the actual screen?
Yeah, just go ahead and touch it.
I was gonna
You're not
say-
going to break it.
Did you make that thing?
I did.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So yeah, click on this, and you can choose from, say, elf, fae, giants, human, that sort of thing.
Cool. Well, clearly, that one back there should have been you. Or maybe you're
This one?
this bloke here.
That's super cool. I think you're the wrong names.
And then, Jared, you were saying that we should go on to
Hero Forge.
airport.
When you go
And
under the
get
buy
a
option, you want
3D.
the 3D digital one for digital tabletops.
Digital. Okay, gotcha. And then
Yeah.
it turns into a file, and
Did
then
you
what
find the
we
one you
just-
want?
That would.
This guy. Oh,
I started.
okay. So yeah, then just click and then right click so you don't put down two of them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's me.
And here, I'll just zoom in on your characters.
Look, that's you.
Oh, you need a drum.
And then we would just transfer the file.
That should be
And
fast.
I can. I can't do it right
that's
now,
a
but they're going to
barbarian.
have.
Maybe this.
They're going to have Hero Forge support within next month.
Hero Forge.
You have a show.
No, I don't.
Hero Forge.
We'll suspend belief here.
Right now,
Right,
it requires
right.
like 6 or 7 steps and about 12
You're
computer
huge.
programs.
Wow.
No,
Yeah.
they keep reproducing.
Yeah, you said
I know.
Sorry?
You
Oh
have-
no!
like 3
Cal
of them
has
now.
7 cows now.
Okay, we have to right click, not left click.
He was stabbing with his finger, that's why.
Yeah.
Alright.
Terminate.
There you go.
Terminate.
Terminate.
That's
Easy.
cowlish.
Oh, shoot on it.
There you go.
She got a piece of popcorn, I'm sorry.
She loves popcorn.
Oh, okay, she was so quick, I couldn't even.
Couldn't even stop her?
Oh, he just bald black.
You said he was teaching
Is your little dude home with mom?
too, right?
Yeah.
Helping her steady.
Well, you know what, he's figured out how to jump onto the bed, which is almost as high as his countertop. So the dude's got air.
Yeah.
I'd say that one.
And you know how beagles can be so doggedly persistent, so.
Jaymi, what are you? Are you human?
No.
No. She's like a nun. This one. There's no face. It's perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
Cool. Nope, that made another one of me. No, it just moved me.
Yeah, here, you just have to right click on, oh, whoops,
I
sorry.
got it. We're good.
You good?
I figured it out.
Okay, cool.
I run on the veil. I like it.
Good, looks good.
Yeah, and then you just have to click, and then right click.
We've only said it 4 times and I haven't done it once. So, you know.
Yeah.
Alright, so a quick tutorial on how to move the character.
Alright, I'm gonna stop snapping now. I might
So-
pay attention.
Only if
You
you
double
want.
click on the character you want to move, and then you hold your finger over and drag them.
Ooh, perfect.
Now what I've done is I've tried to make it kind of intuitive for the squares where they are. They don't have a grid function yet, because usually I assume you're hitting WASD to move the character, because you can do that too. If you highlight them, you can actually move them like that.
Neat.
But since we're using a touch screen, just approximate based on where the grids are.
Sounds good.
Okay,
Each grid is 5 feet?
each grid is 5 feet.
Okay. Wow.
Same rules.
Alright,
Neat.
perfect.
All right.
Yeet.
Yeet!
Since you're so sweet to bring food and salty,
Oh, yeah.
I'll bring a little bowl over. Why not?
So if we are going on our journey,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to stop at an alchemist. At an alchemist shop.
That would involve going back into town.
We'll have to go all the way back into town then.
Alright, then never mind. Next
We're
time.
busy. We'll go
Might
back
have
later.
better luck finding it at the university anyway. Might be an alchemist there, perhaps?
Or chem lab.
I would say so.
I think the university was the other direction though, no?
Isn't that where we're heading?
No, we're heading to the manor that belonged to the guy whose house we broke into.
Oh,
What was
okay,
his
right.
name?
That was
Sorry,
Matthias, but you found reference to an LHP or LPH,
LPH, that's right.
and you learn that his name is Lawrence Philip Hullock, and that he has a manor on the outside of town called Hullock House.
Is that the one that's gonna take us 2 days to get to?
That's right.
Okay, okay. And then is that heading in a different direction from the university?
Hang on a second.
I think it was, yeah. University.
One of you
was
really
down
should
the
take a
road.
picture of this map.
We have it in the group chat, but the group chat's pretty buried now.
Here you go.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay,
it's
let's
not
take a
that
fresh
easy.
picture.
And then we're going to
Miskatonic.
this gentleman's manor here.
Exactly.
right? And then this is the university down there?
Yes.
Okay. So it's kind of like, and then where were we before? We were...
You're at the outskirts of the city of Fortune. So you're right at the junction for the new road,
Right
right
here?
there. Yeah,
Okay, so we're here, we're making our way over there.
yeah. I'd say it's more of a day's journey than 2 days. I think it was 2 days to the university.
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. And then, so then we would do a day over there, and then it would take us another day or so to get to the university.
That sounds about right. Jane, Amanda, did I leave my mouse over there?
It's right here.
Thank you. Dankeschön.
Hold on, looking.
Yeah. No, I was very lucky. The clerk gave me a swinging deal on the on the journal.
The less stuff that is coming off over, the better. Thank you. There.
I decided what's good. Yunandi
Yunandi,
class.
which is.
Cool.
I had a good feeling when I gave you what was the name that I came up with? It's Norse. I can't remember.
The Zagnir Beta. I am the wolf spike.
Yeah, Wagner Bita. Yeah.
The green light at the top is on. Okay, cool. So, okay.
So, for those of us at home who want to do a D&D stream, welcome to the wonderful world of camera placement.
Yeah.
Like camera action.
Hope it doesn't fall apart on you. Yeah, no one ever talks about that. That was the whole thing with why it took what the hell was his name? Kubrick. Why it took Kubrick 200 takes for each shot. He kept bumping the camera stand.
Yeah, I believe that. He's kind of dingus, wasn't he?
Yeah, he took 200 takes because he was an arse. Brilliant arse, but an arse. All right, so what do you got? How do you guys want to head out?
I can tap my guy.
There you go.
Oh.
Now you just got to hold down on him.
Yeah, looks like we have a nice little path, so I can just keep going forward.
All right. So.
Right?
Oh, don't worry about that yet. I was just
Just looking for a marching order.
yeah, just looking for a marching order.
2 by 2 kind of thing?
Here, you got to get it right on their stand. So, right there. So yeah, just get yourself in whatever order you want to go marching for.
I might separate from the group really quick,
Okay?
because I would like to cast a spell called Locate Animals, and I need to ask you as the DM about this.
Sure.
I would like to try and find a wolf, please.
Oh, wolfy wolf.
All right. Cast your spell.
Okay.
Now, is there anything I have to roll for?
I don't think so. Let me just pull it up here. Okay.
Then on the successful roll. If he gets slow.
No, describe or name a specific kind of beast or plant, concentrating on the voice of nature in your surroundings. You learn the direction and distance to the closest creature or plant of that kind within 5 miles.
Okay. And you want to look for a wolf?
Mm.
As you stand upon the hillock where the park is currently perched, you get a sense of a wolf pack in your direction of travel along the road, further into the woods at the very, very edge of your perception. So about 5 kilometers on, give or take.
Okay. So I'm going to start, I'm going to run over to them. I want to find one. I need to see it. I need to
Sends out on
see
a
it.
5K run.
Yeah, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to meet you guys there. I will come find you guys. And then you'll all go, what? And then I'll...
Then you'll disappear into
All right,
the-
role play it out then. Come
All
on,
right.
let's go.
I'm going to go and I'm going to follow my sense here. For the first little bit, I'm going to run and not worry too much about the sound that I'm making. But when I get it within a few kilometers...
Oh no, I meant role play out, breaking off from the group.
Oh, okay.
You're like muttering to yourself as you cast your spell, and then you just break into a run.
I'm just gonna say, I have something I need to do. I will be back.
Well, I guess all the power, the sun's power to you.
I will come find you. I will find you guys. Just stick to the path, please. This will benefit us all if I find this. I need to find the wolf. Unless you guys want to come with me, but you don't need to put yourselves at risk. I can at least speak to the wolves.
Do we trust this bitch to go along without us? What do you mean you need to find a wolf?
I need to find a wolf.
Yeah, what ulterior motive do you have for this?
I need to find a wolf so that I can turn it to a wolf so that I can kick them butt later.
Oh, and you want to eat us while we sleep?
Yes, that's exactly it. No, I don't need to eat, so I think I would just kill you for fun if that's the case.
I have a major distrust for wolves. As we all know, we all come from other places. None of us are from here.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about it, but I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
And people that turn into wolves are not to be trusted. Why do you want to turn into a wolf?
It's Selene's mission for me. That is
How-
the form that she wants me to take while I do her good deeds.
For what purpose?
Wolf, I can go long distances.
What about a bear?
Well, bears make tons of sound. What if we want you to do reconnaissance at some point? I can turn into a wolf and go look ahead and scout ahead. I'll have great sense of smell and hearing. I'll be able to tell when predators or things are ahead. I can also do a lot of damage in a fight in wolf form.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Not towards anyone, but those that are agents of Shaw.
Alright, sink your teeth into the bad guys, but not this group. We
I
have an agreement?
Agreed, I trust you all. You are my brothers and sisters, and I will trust you until you give me reason otherwise. And I hope that you can do the same for me.
Well, I like capable form, it is cancelled. Go ahead. Paine just crosses her arms and shakes her head. Do what you feel like, but this is not cool with me. Thanks.
All right. If you're fine playing at the table, let's do this. Give me a perception check as you move through the woods.
Mila's mad at me. Okay, sorry.
Character.
It is mad at me. Yeah, sorry. Whatever we're doing a perception.
Yeah, use your fun dice.
I'm gonna use my fun dice.
In our downtime small talk, you guys would all get the impression that, like, the land that I come from is really...
Oh, wait, that was a roll.
Fella, does that count?
That counts.
That's my thing. Okay, it was...
It wasn't cocked.
3. It was a 3.
All right.
I
that
need to
today
do a
with
little
her
bowl or
HP.
something. I need one of those, like, you know how they have that
Tray?
thing to roll into?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, that's what I need to
empty
do.
out your thing and just
What?
empty out your little
Shaky,
thing.
shaky?
There's one thing. You put it in there and then roll it.
Shake it.
I don't really have a good tray for you, sorry.
But it doesn't matter. It's like you
I
already
just want to
rolled.
try it. I don't know what you do. Well, I like that roll a lot better anyway.
All right. So you had a 3. What's your perception?
It was 7.
7. With a 7, you see muted tracks. You can't tell how many are moving through, but you can tell that they're moving to the south. along the road.
Okay. Which is the direction that we're heading anyway.
South.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to follow them.
Mhm.
Really, I'm just trying to catch a glimpse. So even if it's their sentry that they'll most likely have following behind, as long as I can glimpse a wolf, I will be content.
Mhm. All right, give me a stealth roll, please.
A stealth. Okay.
Yeah.
17.
17. So, yeah, perception. Okay. So, as you move through the brush, you manage to avoid the worst of the twigs, the worst of the drying grass and leaves. Your footprints falling not quite silently, but muffled across the forest floor. After a time, you come across a pack of wolves sitting in a clearing. Some cubs playing about with either an elder sibling or their mother, nipping at their ears, jumping every so often, the mother placing a gentle paw on their heads as they grow more and more rambunctious. The male strides out from their den, black as night, with a single stripe of blaze of light across his chest. His eyes lock on you, you swear, for a moment, but then they continue to glide to the forest, and he moves away.
There we go. Perfect.
Nice.
I like it. And there's some splash. Yes. Okay, perfect. I'm content now. I revel in the scene for a little bit because I enjoy seeing life and the joy and everything from the pups, and I soak that in for a bit and give a blessing up to Salune for letting her for her helping me to find this magnificent beast that I will get to turn into, and I will make my way back to the group.
Yes. All right. Give me a second stealth check, please.
Oh, 9.
9. You hear a cry out from behind you as you begin to move through the bush. You accidentally misplace one of your feet and step on a twig, the crack resounding through the woods. You hear a growl behind you. How do you want to handle it?
I'm going to turn around, and as I turn around, I'm going to cast Speak to Animals, so that I can speak to what's behind me.
The black wolf pads up on you, his eyes intent, brooking no challenge.
Oh.
What are you doing here?
I meant no disrespect. Alpha. Really? I'm going to show him
Alpha.
respect. Alpha.
Alpha is a human term.
Sorry.
We do not burden ourselves thus with your titles. I ask again, what are you doing here?
Salune asked me to come to you.
And who is Salune?
Salune is the goddess, the moon in the sky.
He cocks his head at you. The moon has no name, and your gods are not here. Leave now.
And I will do just that. I will run, I will cocktail, and I will run my butt off.
All right, fair enough. Hey, Pepper, what are you doing in my bag?
Just do some sniffs.
Do some investigating.
All right, with that, you guys are moving down to the road, yes? The three of you. As you do, you see various odd carts moving into the city. They don't appear to be attached to anything, but they're moving along at a brisk clip. The front of these carts roaring almost like a storm. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna make an Arcana check and try and figure out what the heck we're witnessing. You know what's in these carts, and they're all going towards
The city.
the city.
Right now they're overdrawn, but it seems they do smell like dirt. A lot of dirt.
So Arcana, I got a 21. To tell what kind of strange magic powers these.
It's not you cast out your mind and you reach out looking for whatever threads of magic might be involved in this thing, and There's none. But there is a smell of burning, almost like tar being set alight.
If we are in the way when one of them comes trundling along, does it move around us, or what happens?
Are you actually going to step out and find out?
I'm not going to step right in front of it, but I do want to see what happens if I go near to it as it approaches.
As you step up onto the road, the driver behind in the cab slams his hand down on the steering device, and a series of large beeps, or large blaring beeps, rage through the air. Beep, 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 and he swerves out of the way, a metallic sounding as he swerves around you and back onto the road. You then see him throw out a very rude salute with his free hand, and he, get your ass out of the road, you moron!
Oh, there are people inside.
Yeah, a little steampunky with the stuff. Alright.
I thought these machines were self-propelled. I didn't even notice the human inside before.
Nice. Alright.
Sometimes I'm changing.
They're going towards the city. Can we hitch a ride with them? Will it make our trek a little bit...
Well, they're heading from the opposite way of where you're
We're
going.
opposite.
So I'm not there.
We're going away from the city to the north.
Right.
Can we borrow a car?
We'll keep our eyes peeled. If someone comes along going the other direction, let's try.
Do they have to go there? Can we just take it from them and use the cart to go our way?
Kilkax, I don't know about that. We don't even know what these things are.
Do you know how to
try out?
I speak up and go, do you know how to operate one?
Well, it doesn't take too long to figure it out. It's like riding a bike, I bet.
I'd rather get on a horse than ride with you.
Oh shit, do they know what the horses are?
She laughs so loud.
Yeah.
All right,
Are there
and
horses nearby for near fields and stuff like that?
no horses. A few cows, a couple of donkeys in some of the more pastoralian
Donkeys in
fields, and then just as you look down the road, maybe a mile or two, the fields give way into dense forests.
Okay. Let's look at this.
Well, let's get to it. And I will set a worst case.
All right. Before we go on, Jaymi, may I borrow your pencil for a moment? I need everybody's AC and passive perception. So, Cal, AC and passive perception, please.
AC is 16, passive perception is 12.
All right. Amanda, yours.
Armor class is 14.
Okay.
And you want a passive perception?
Yep.
12.
Okay. Naalu. So that would be Jaymi.
14 for AC and 15 for passive perception.
Wow, the bard's the most observant one of you. Or sorry, not the bard, the druid. Yeah. And last but not least, Paine.
12 and 13.
Okay. All right. So as you're moving along, who's keeping watch out?
Well, as we're marching, yeah, I definitely have my eyes all around us.
All right. Anybody else?
How are you bringing up the rear since I'm forwarding forward?
Yes, I'll cover our tracks. Make
Yeah.
sure we're not following.
All right. So decide among you which one's going to make a roll with advantage.
Kind of a roll.
Perception.
Yeah.
You're not there
You're
yet,
ahead of
so
us, though.
Oh, I'm not there with you guys
Yeah.
yet. Okay, fair enough.
What do I do?
you just roll 2 d20s.
Can
Perception.
I have my pencil back?
Oh, sorry.
That's okay, thank you.
My apologies.
Do you need an extra pencil?
No, I just need that written in pencil so I can.
3 and a 10.
3 and a 10 plus.
Oh, sorry. You want perception, right?
Yep.
That's what the source. Perception.
Oh, so yeah, it would be the same. It would be a. Thank you. It would be the same, so it would be 12.
Yeah.
All right. Everything seems fine as you're moving down the road. You do hear a crack in the bush and a growl, followed by Naalu coming out of the bush at a fair run.
Alright, alright. The furry tail bushy or what?
I feel like I'll just come up and pretend like nothing happened. I'll dust off my habit and shake everything out, and it's not like I'm panting or anything, so I'll just resume the same pace as everyone else. Maybe I'll go into the middle of the group.
Okay. You also spot off in the distance two features. You notice a...
It's 14.
It's 14? Okay, that's fine.
It's your wisdom modifier.
Yeah. All right. So actually, that would mean that Dagra and Naalu, you would notice off in the distance.
So I think it's actually what it was. Well,
Oh my god.
Ugh.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Can't believe it.
Oh my gosh.
It's okay. That's why I wrote it in
I'm not
pencil.
good at math either.
no, because it's like wisdom. I'm looking at my wisdom thing, but it's actually the wisdom modifier.
Yeah. It's all right. It happens. As you're looking down the road, Naalu would be the only one who would see it now. There are a group of standing stones on a hill further down the road. And as you're walking down the road, you spot a small cave off to the one side of the road.
Walk through the gate. Walk through the gate.
Is there any animal tracks?
No animal tracks, no.
So, any birds in the area?
There's definitely some songbirds.
Okay. How is the vegetation?
It's growing quickly into thickening forest.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yet. Is there a white rabbit coming out of the cave?
Dude, this is Castlevania, not Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
I'm not taking any chances.
And so the forest is super dense. Like, do we need our torches?
It's cleared back enough from the back. You know, I can even
It's still daytime, so.
give you guys a little bit.
Oh.
So just here, there's a small cavern as you're passing by.
Oh.
But and Naalu off to the side here, you see some standing stones,
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, yeah, kind of like Stonehenge.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay. A henge of stones lay ahead.
Mhm.
How interested are we in this cave? Because I could.
Sorry, the cave is this way and the stone is
The
that way?
cave. Sorry, would you move your finger on that? The cave's right there.
Oh, right there.
Yep.
Okay.
I would like to investigate near the mouth of the cave to see if I can tell if there's been any comings and goings.
All right, give me a perception check, please, or an investigation check. I mean.
So for, you want a perception? or
Investigation.
Investigation with a 10.
No, nothing you can really see.
I'm specifically thinking about the wildlife around this area. So, I don't think we need to go in there. Doesn't look to be well trafficked, but we should be aware if there's something comes in.
Alright.
We'll cross the bridge.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
This one is not full.
I was gonna say, is there a toll for the toll?
All right, go ahead.
It's an obvious bridge that's coming up.
Yeah. It's a very simple stone bridge. The arches have been set out on each side, and there's a single pillar down into the mud below. Really, there's nothing all that conspicuous about it. It just looks like a turn-of-the-century bridge.
Is my amulet vibrating?
Not in the least yet. But as you step to the other side of the of the bridge, you get a distinct pull towards the hinge at the top of the hill.
I'm standing on the bridge.
Give me a dexterity check.
Me? Dexterity? Check!
So excited. Dexterity is the plus 7 is 10.
As you're walking across the bridge, you find a rather slick part of it, and you plummet off the side. Give me a dexterity save.
A dexterity save. Hold on. Uh, 18, but I have a...
Yeah, as you're about to fall off, you manage to catch the rim and pull yourself back onto the bridge.
Just do the pull up.
Working
Like, oh, whoops, oh, this looks like a good
Working on your
workout. Yeah. Gotta get in a quick workout somehow.
Yeah, I'm shaking my head just looking at you like, what are you trying to do?
Kilkax, you okay over there?
Yeah, just testing things out.
Doing my regular workout routine, I could see.
Yeah. I'll walk over and offer you a hand. Sure.
Okay. As you walk across the edge of the bridge, two men step out.
Just men.
That's the worst kind.
Yeah, right?
Two of them
She asked,
brandishing
"Are you about at
swords."
dinner time? Or she thinks so at least. Yeah.
Why am I in build mode? And then two start stepping out here, armed with bows.
She's like, you know what I want. Those kobolds.
All right. So.
Come here, Stinky.
Should run out of gas. Oops. Oh wait, that's Kilkax. Another one. There. All right. So these four men step out from the bush.
So we all walked into an ambush. Lovely.
Now, we've got no interest in your lives. Just give us whatever you've got on you, and we'll let you go.
It's not happening.
And I just like, well, come and get it.
You see, these are definitely harder men. Their eyes have a very distinct hard glint. Their clothes are rather ragged. Even the weapons in their hands show slight signs of rust and hard use.
I try to.
You really sure you want to do that? The leader says. Oh,
okay. So there's only one speaking right now.
yes.
I look at the one that's speaking, and I basically give him the speech. There's usually. I'm trying not to offend anyone with this one speech, but I look at. Usually there's one that's the leader, and the two others are the balls of the group. And I'm assuming that those are the ones behind us. So you have two options. One, you can leave us and let us be, and you can find some other poor sack to borrow. Or two, you find the end of my sword.
So diplomatic.
All right. Give me an intimidation check.
I will raise my eyebrows at them and just nod and be like, you don't want to do this. And
Peace was never an option.
Yeah.
Intimidation?
Yep.
Here we go.
Can I aid him with that?
Sure. Give it the advantage.
You go up next to him.
He's gonna kick your ass! So with the advantage, I got a 15.
You kind of see the guy behind him.
I was hoping to roll.
Moreland, these guys look pretty tough. Maybe we should. The leader kind of gives him a look. Fine then. Get you gone and don't come back this way, you hear? And with that, they kind of meld off into the bush again. Just a few straight swipes.
I'm going to be a big dick. He goes, how about you never show up on this bridge ever again? And if I find out, I'll hunt you down and kill you.
Whoa.
Give me another intimidation check.
And I'll give you help with that. I'll help you with that. Okay. I'll be there going, yeah, yeah.
12.
Well, you know what? My dice all of a sudden really like you guys. So, the leader doesn't say anything, but he gets this very feral, cornered animal look in his eyes, and he begins to move off into the bush. The other three, though, the two with the bows behind you, drop their weapons and immediately scuttle off into the bush as quickly as they can, leaving tumultuous sounds and the crashing of leaves and the thwack of a body against a trunk, followed by a sharp "ah!" The other one, he doesn't quite run. He just kind of puts the sword up against the trunk and says, "Sorry." His face kind of drooping. His eyes are glazed over. He looks very, very tired and perhaps not all there as he walks off behind the leader.
The most resistant one, the one that looks like he still kind of wants to pick a fight.
He's gone. He ran.
No, the most resistant one.
Mm-hmm.
The one that still looks like he kind of wants to pick a fight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery and just mutter about how they're just wastes of space, these people.
All right.
Useless brigands that have nothing to offer the world of value.
And that's a nat 1 for his save, so...
So he's going to take an additional, just 1 point of psychic damage.
You give him a nosebleed.
For a minute, he looks back at you, his eyes growing wide.
Suggests that he question his lot in life.
His eyes grow fearful, and he scampers off, leaving your path clear before you into the ever-darkening wood.
And I say to the group, if we encounter this lot, this definitely tells us that we need to be safe. With all these bandits.
We'll need to pay more attention as the forest gets thicker around us.
Yes. And definitely vantage points.
As you cross the bridge, you look up to your north, and a large group of standing stones come into view on a hill, right there.
Great. Can I do a survival check to see what the comings and goings are like around here then?
Go right ahead.
As far as animals and people and that kind of stuff?
Okay.
That is 19. 18.
18. There's a few deer tracks and perhaps a goat trail leading up to the stones, but it doesn't look like it's very well trafficked by humans. The stones themselves are overgrown with moss and lichen, and various forms of plant life drift down from the few stones that are still set atop the pillars.
Well, the greenery and forage around here suggests that humans don't bother with these anymore. Although, obviously, no simple creatures are up to these stones. I wonder if there's some other purpose for them. Namely, do you see any markings that look like they're religious in nature?
You'd be a little too far off to make those investigations. If you want to head up there, you definitely can.
I'll
Okay.
continue towards them.
Sure. I'll follow along to take a look and see if we can. Oh, that was graceful. To see if we can make sense of maybe what it was used for.
All right. You don't really have to move anything up there yet. It's not a battle grid right now. I literally just made this so we could play around with the program and get used to it, so that when you guys do have to do battle, it's not going to be smash the screen.
Right.
So as you approach the standing stones, you notice that the stones and the pillars themselves have been. Oh, sorry. There. Try now.
Which one's this? I can't tell from this.
You are that one.
Yeah, I can zap in a little closer. And
Maybe you can attack you and
And I was this one? Yeah. So then maybe I guess it's gonna land on where the shadow is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then which one's Mila? Or
I've got a tank and a beer.
oh, good.
Yeah. I got that temp attack.
just-
You got-
oh,
you're
sorry.
prepared. You got the temp attack.
Yeah.
sorry about that.
So I'll walk up to the hinge and look for any kind of writing on the stones.
All right. As you approach the stones, you notice that the pillars are set with all sorts of reliefs, featuring people of various races. The stones seem to tell a story. Give me a investigation check, please. You sense that there's a story there.
And you'll AV?
Yeah, I'll help you clear off some light in. And
That helped me by 1 point.
10.
10.
Well, you can't make out what the tale might be. There are several great hulking beings towering through several of the pillars, almost weaving around and through. The sculptor's skill, almost 3D in nature, like these creatures could reach out towards you. Some of them are formless and amorphous. Others feature multi-tentacled faces or dragon wings or claws. You see 3 other figures on another pillar. One stands with a tankard. The other holds has its hands cupped before her. It appears to be a female form. Has starlight and a laurel leaf in her hands. And the third, and the one with starlight in her hands also has a raven atop her shoulder. And the fourth is shrouded in a cloak, nearly featureless, save for a heart like embossing upon its cloak. It's a heart stylized and woven through with whatever was once carved there has been worn away by the sands of time. But aside from that and the slightest hints of crimson paint on the figure, there's no real hint to what it might have been. And in the final panel, these 3 figures are sundered. There's a crack running through all 3 of them. However, you get the feeling from the way it's been positioned that this was intentional, and not due to the ravages of time. The monstrous figures from the former bas-reliefs are falling. Their figures are now falling into something that has been wiped from the pillar by the sands of time. And
some monstrous figures.
yeah, the monstrous ones. There's a crack through the 3 humanoid figures, and then the monstrous ones are falling into some form of void, and that is where the information you can find on the stones ends. The pillars that would have followed it are cracked or broken or worn, too far worn for your skills to allow you to decipher any further meaning.
What was the first person, like the first figure? How did you describe them?
Well, there were many of them actually, gigantic and hulking. Several of them were amorphous. The carving's almost a little difficult to look at because of the chaotic nature of the creatures.
Okay.
Another featured tentacles, dragon's claws, and wings. Yet another was a hideous spider, latched around the pillar and almost seeming to flow out of it.
And then, so the three were, one was a featureless
One was a feature.
person with a heart on their cloak sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
The second was the raven perched on the shoulder of a female form,
Mhm.
holding a laurel wreath with like starlight.
Yes, with starlight set within.
And
And the fourth, or the third
That
was
third
a man standing with a tankard and a broom in one of his hands.
okay, that was the one that I missed. Those were their town's heroes. It's funny. My kind of guy. Amazing. Interesting. There certainly seems to be these amorphous creatures, these shadow beasts we've been fighting, are not new to this place by any means. This pillar looks ancient, and it seems to me that it's depicting the same kinds of things we've been encountering.
Has there been any upkeep done to this area?
None whatsoever.
No, so
It's
just
it,
sitting there.
the only art thing you find is on the central altar. There's a 5-pointed star
At the center of the altar.
at the center of the altar, with several. It's not quite. Can I have a sheet of paper? I really don't want to put this in the journal. If there's a. There's a
Yeah, I can just tear one off right now. Oh, it was almost perfect.
it's a 5-pointed star.
Yeah. Why don't you go find that? Go find that. The action is, huh?
Yeah, but there's roots and stuff.
Yeah, there's popcorn. You like eating a popcorn.
So it's a 5-pointed star, and then there's 3 looping circles, each one connected to 2 of the tails and then pointing to a third.
Have I seen that before?
Give me an Arcana check.
No.
It's not the best drawing, I know.
Okay.
14 plus 3, is that true?
17. You don't know exactly what this is, but you recognize it from several of the other domains you've been to. It's often used as a sign of protection or warding by various peasant groups.
Yeah. Can I recognize it?
You can try, yeah.
Arcana is 20.
20. There's no clear name for this symbol. It's mentioned in several different ballads, but it's always known as a warding against evil or a casting off of the evil eye. The Vistani call it Elan Diach, the warding thing, or the shielding room.
Does it look like a glyph?
Almost, yes.
So it's like a glyph of warding.
To the Elven, it's Ihar Mihan, that which guards against harm.
Okay.
And still to the peasantry, it's sometimes known as the Elder Sign.
That's not nice.
So we're still talking about that, for that 5-pointed star is also called the Elder Sign?
Yes, by various peasantries, yes.
Mila knows about this. Paine doesn't. Well, Paine sort of knows because he won, but.
Yeah, and there's no one name for it. Various cultures call it various things, but it kind of crops up as a very common, almost throw salt over your shoulder type of good luck charm or warding against evil in a lot of cultures.
Universal kind of symbol.
How effective it is anyone's guess.
Well, in the Dark Song's wake, at least this place seems to have been a monument to good deeds and not ill. Let's carry on. I don't know how much more there is to learn here.
All right.
I will clear off the most of the main part of the altar,
Mm-hmm.
and leave an offering of a couple copper pieces.
All right. Yeah. As you do so, you hear a small woof, and you see that Juno's glass. Actually, I'll let you. Do you follow that sound? It's
Yeah,
emanating from your pack.
If I hear the sound in my head, I will, just intuitively think to release her out to sniff around.
Well, she doesn't sniff around, but as you take the figurine out, you notice that it's glowing, almost, and you get a warm feeling of not quite approval, but camaraderie and just that something's going right with the world.
Oh, it's a nice awesome feels.
All right, so,
I don't want to look over.
and you guys are going to continue on?
Yeah.
All right. Give me a perception check, please.
15, perception is +2, so 17.
17. All right. As you leave, you happen to look back over your shoulder, and you realize that for the first time since you stepped into this realm, shadows on that hillock are completely and utterly still.
Mm-hmm.
There's been something bothering you ever since you came to this realm.
Yeah, it's fake.
Wow.
It's a dream.
Not quite, but the way the shadows move has not quite been in tune with those that have been casting them.
Oh.
For the first time since you've come here, you realize what it is that has struck you to be so wrong about the shadows of this realm. They almost seem to ripple like light on glass or deep water. The shadows of this set of standing stones are utterly still. What you would consider to be normal.
So there's people in the shadows. The shadows are alive. You're gonna get us!
There's evil in the shadows.
But that place seems calm.
Yeah.
That place is a little safe. Everywhere else is the worst. That's why we can't see them, because they're shadows, and then they just whoop into the real light.
We shall see.
That little map that we were given, we'll mark that on the map.
All right, already done.
Before we leave, I'm going to offer up a prayer to Saludi, and then the only part that I'll say out loud will be, turn to the moon, and she will be your true guide.
I don't know.
You don't
Right.
feel Salune's presence. It's something more something more ethereal, but you get the feeling of something listening. You're just not sure if it was. You know it wasn't Salune. All right.
I look at my compatriots and I just shake my head.
All right.
And
And with that, you take off down the road. As you go, it grows more and more overgrown, less and less maintained. Potholes become more frequent. The wilds edge ever closer to the edges of the road. And as you come into as you round a bend, you realize that this is not a very well-traveled part of the road.
I stay alert.
All right.
Dagra, that song you sang earlier, the dark song. This place is full of it. You're right, we should be well aware.
Yes.
As you walk on, it's almost like the trees seem to reach for you at times. Even though it's the height of summer, there's less and less foliage on the leaves. Even the pine needles seem sickly as you continue forward.
Can I reach out my arcane senses and tell if this is anything magically affected?
Go right ahead.
That is a 19.
19. It's definitely not magical, but the world around you doesn't, as you touch it with whatever arcane senses you reach out with, it doesn't feel natural. It's definitely not magical, but it's riding a fine line.
Okay.
All right.
I will comment to that effect that while it's not an obvious enforcement on this woods, there's something not quite right with this place. It's definitely not
Mm-hmm.
naturally.
Can I go to a tree and like the shadow?
You can try.
Yeah. You gonna focus on the shadows?
Yeah. Just go to a tree and just.
You're going to strike the shadows?
Yeah.
Give me a roll.
It's a roll as well.
You roll and you stab your sword into the shadows and it just sinks into the earth. The tree behind you groans in the wind ever so slightly, creaking and cracking as it does. And the sound spreads as the wind passes through the hills about you, almost in a evanescent timber, as it creaks back and forth. The scattered few leaves adding to their voices along the wind, and as it seems to reach its tumult and its climax, it ceases.
I think the shadows are alive, guys.
Are there any animals or signs of life in the forest at this point?
You do hear an owl hooting off to the one side.
I'd like to look around for the owl. Can I see the owl?
Not really at the moment.
Can't see it.
He's from his sound, he's far off on the other side of the hill.
If that's the only real sign of life that I can hear.
Every so often you hear a wolf howl, some songbirds. Really, just they're growing sparser and sparser, but there are the regular sounds of the forest, just not as thick as you would typically associate with a healthy woodland.
And my medallion hasn't vibrated since we were on the bridge, right?
Correct. Not since the seam stone.
So if we're getting towards the really dark forest, can I light a torch?
Maybe
Maybe more shadows?
Yeah, I could say it's getting darker and darker. You're definitely coming towards the end of your day of travel.
Yeah.
As you look out, just as you round the last bend, you catch sight of the very tops of a turreted home at the end of the road.
Is that where we're going to sleep tonight?
It's your call.
That far away, or
you'll probably-
this is the manor we're looking for, so it's still like another full day's journey.
Yeah.
No, it was 2 full days to Miskatonic. It was 1 day's journey to Holik.
Perfect. I say we continue forward then.
Yeah. Now that we see that place, I think we should just up our. I'd like to hurry towards it. I'm gonna start walking a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
I
Do
feel-
we suspect it's like less than an hour?
You'll probably be able to reach it towards twilight, but as you continue down the road and are gaining more and more sight of this home, you hear this deep from the woods. Not a natural howl. It's very strained and long.
Okay, you guys just see me go like stiff as a board.
Would you mind moving them back to the road in your marching order, Amanda?
I grab my drum and just start beating it. That and then
All right. Anything in particular you're beating on the drum?
I am going to. It's sort of like a nervous twitch, but I am essentially going to just start beating to do a bardic inspiration.
All right.
For myself, obviously, because I'm terrified.
All right.
I'm like, oh, I have to say that.
Because we're all a little chicken shit. When
When it comes to werewolves, I am not cool.
Oh, why do we hear werewolves? I'm thinking that.
Give me a dungeoneering check or the equivalent from 5e.
Which is where? Perception, right?
It would either be like nature or survival.
I think it'd be nature. Yeah, would probably be the closest.
Okay, so I got 13.
Can I do the same thing? I could use my
Sure.
survival instead of arc now.
I have a really cool thing to use, by the way.
20.
It's
20. You definitely recognize what the sound as that of a werewolf.
Ooh.
The throaty cry, carrying along the winds, the timber just barely distinct enough for you to make out. And as you look about and you realize several signs marked along the road that don't quite jive with that. Like there's not werewolves, as you know, would typically mark their territory. You see no marks on the trees, nor anything that would indicate that you've wandered into a werewolf's territory. Yet the sound remains. All right. So.
What stage is the moon in? Is the moon visible right now?
I'd say it's a new moon right now.
It's dark?
New moon. No moon.
No moon. Okay.
Hmm.
And I know a lot about werewolves
Mm-hmm.
because Selune is the goddess of werewolves as well. She represents the moon. So if this is a friendly werewolf, then it and I will already have. Well, I should be able to make it my companion, depending on its leanings. If it leans towards Shar, then I will destroy it with the wrath of Selune.
All right.
When you say this, my
Chris-
lips just like curl into like a smirk, and I spit. And I'm like, there is no such thing as a friendly werewolf. Like I'm angry. I'm clearly like shook.
Gotcha.
Okay, everybody, please give me a perception check.
Wow.
13.
What did you?
17.
All right. Sorry, you got a 13? All right. So, Kilkax, Naalu, and Paine, you notice just in time a black form flitting between tree to tree. Everybody roll for initiative.
It's 9.
Okay, so 20 to 15.
19.
19. Okay. 15 to 10. 10 to 5.
I got 9 as well.
Okay, so roll off between you two.
Well, we're both plus 3, yeah. So
2.
There's
You
also
are first. Paine, then Naalu.
there's no surprise attack, right?
Well, that's actually what I was about to get to.
Because I cannot be surprised.
Oh, you can't be surprised. Really? That's a class feature? Oh, wow.
So it says in the class.
All right, I wasn't gonna say surprise. There is a surprise round, but yeah,
Oh,
I
think
guess you
surprise
can.
is when there's someone hiding and
Yeah.
pops out.
Yeah, I don't think. Okay, so yeah, you are not subject to surprise rounds. Good to know.
Did you get a cookie?
No, I haven't yet.
Good God.
Jesus.
Yes, take that cookie.
Thank you,
please.
madam.
Separate
Oh.
from 9.
No, she didn't mind. I can't even tell I dropped anything.
All right, as you watch, this screaming terror rips its way through the bush. It's not quite so much running as grabbing a trunk, flinging out an arm, the arm extending and wrapping around the next tree with a very long clawed appendage, and reefing itself forward before throwing its other arm forward and repeating the process. Its legs seemingly just dangling below its body.
It's a monkey!
Now, it does seem to
Were
be,
monkey?
as it comes into view, the form is vaguely lupine-like. The body covered in tufts of shadowed fur. Eyes where no eyes should truly be along the body and the limbs.
We're gonna get a place for you.
But as it rises above the neck, you see two lupine heads, each one snapping and snarling at you.
On the same body?
Yeah,
2 heads?
yeah.
Okay.
Hey! Two-headed monster. It's a Cerberus.
And I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna go,
Isn't
it's
Cerberus
Agent of
three-headed?
Shar. Let's destroy this in the name of all that is holy and good in the world.
Or just like,
I'm
I'm just afraid I'm just beating faster and faster.
Monstrous.
I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think they
Were
even...
you casting something with your drum, or you're just playing the drum out of like anxiety?
I was giving myself inspiration.
Oh, okay, gotcha. To make yourself braver.
I'm pressure cooking diamonds in my gut right now. That's what's happening. I am literally like mortified. If anyone takes any like moment to even glance at me, it's clear I'm white knuckled.
Alright, so the creature is right here, moving its way towards you. Alright, Dagra, you're up.
I see the creature.
The creature is here?
Yep, that's it right there.
Okay.
Here, oh. And I'll zoom in a little more. There. Alright.
I stand by the ready.
Alright.
You're not going to take an action?
Really?
I want to see what he does. That's okay.
So you're readying what, your attack?
Yes.
You want to see if you can go?
Aggressive?
Yes. Because I'm not more in here, right?
You gotta. There. I think that's.
That's Naalu.
Yeah, that's Naalu.
I don't know what happened for you, I'm
You gotta
sorry. Looking at control.
double click and then pull.
I think this is me.
She's like, you know,
Okay.
even better. Right here.
Okay.
I can smell it.
So I'll move myself up there.
And she's doing this.
All right.
Shape, yeah.
So the creature.
Shape hard enough to do it.
And I have my silver sword ready. The wolf fight.
All right.
Whatever it is. I don't know what it does yet.
All right.
Right. Dagnir Vita.
And I mutter to myself, I should have made my potions.
Yeah.
So the creature roars, casting itself forward from the tree, almost like a slingshot. It grabs a pair of vines or a pair of limbs and just launches itself forward to Kilkax. And from that position, I think it's 10 feet.
Is it a large creature?
No, it's
Normal size?
it's a medium.
Medium.
Like it doesn't have wings?
Yeah, that's what I'm about to get to. So these are
You
4.
answered your own question.
I'm like, this is what I want to know is not actually how big it is, but just how far it can reach.
So as it comes forward on Kilkax, it thrusts its hand forward, almost like a spear, lacing towards you.
Right?
Well, did we say this minute?
Right, exactly.
Is there something season for me?
All right, and
No, third season.
yeah, as its arm launches forward, you manage to just barely duck out of the way as you draw your bow. The arm swiveling back like an overextended elastic band, coming back, and the creature recoils from the force of it as its arm snaps back into position. All right, so that brings us to Paine. Please give me a will save.
A will save?
A wisdom save.
What the?
Oh god. Seven.
7.
Oh,
So
except I cast inspiration, so I'm gonna use my inspiration.
There you go.
9.
Don't worry, it gets better as you
Yeah.
wait, 9?
9.
Oh, you got 2 extra points. Okay.
Yeah.
So despite rallying your courage, you feel waves of remembrance fall upon you. The screams, the smell of blood as you watch the vulpine form launch itself at Kilkax. And despite your best efforts and every attempt you make to rally, the memory of that night seeps through. Your hand begins to shake ever so slightly. You now have 1 stress, same as Dagra.
Okay.
you will take a -1 penalty to all skill checks and attack rolls.
They still have that.
You have to, in order to get rid of it, you have to spend a full day, like a whole full 24 hours relaxing.
Oh, like a long rest? No.
Yeah. No, like even longer than
Like
a long rest.
body.
Yeah, you
body.
pretty much.
Oh, okay, so I was looking at it.
Hang on, I'll read that out for you. It's on Von Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. Where are you? I know you're here.
Attack and ability scores.
Your best friend just got popcorn again, didn't she? This is why all the dogs love me at every party. Because I like the walking garbage lady.
You're dropping all the good stuff. Fear and stress. Terror takes a toll. The ramifications of frightful experiences might be instant or instinct triggering shock, or long-lasting traumatic echo. This section prevents alternate system exploring reactions into personalized and individual characters, offering incentives for characters to embrace role-playing moments of fear. So, your fear is obviously connected to the brand Revelry.
That's my past guys.
Yeah.
You don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
You didn't hear that.
What?
So you have to make a certain DC saving throw, or you end up with stress.
Okay.
Basically, your stress score increases by 1 when you run up against a fear that you have, or a frightening situation, or basically it's at the DM's discretion. It's a role-playing mechanic. In order to reduce it, a character who spends the entire day relaxing or in otherwise calm circumstances can reduce their stress score by 1. The Calm Emotion spell can be used to suppress the charmed and frightened conditions, also suppresses the effects of one's stress score for the spell's duration. A Lesser Restoration spell reduces the target's stress score by 1.
I thought about taking restoration, and then I was like, well, I don't know if I even did that. Okay, so my immediate reaction is to, like, make this weird hand motion, and, and see if I can affect this creature with a spell. $17. 17 hit dice. If this creature falls within it, I want to put it to sleep.
17 hit dice. It definitely falls within that range.
Alright.
Does it get a DC save against that?
It does not.
Oh.
It starts with the nearest creature with the lowest hit point. Let's see, I guess this is the only creature.
Oh wait, 17 hit points or 17 hit dice?
No.
Hit dice.
Hit dice. Okay.
So
Just want to make sure.
Yeah, it's CR.
All right.
So I just immediately start casting this spell. I touch and pound my drum a couple of times, and you hear me muttering, like lullaby kind of stuff.
Now, under what conditions can he awaken, if you don't mind my asking?
Okay, so sleep.
Unless it attacks.
Unless he's attacked. Okay.
Um,
I guess I've got a player's handbook too. I could, not be a lazy dick.
No way.
falls unconscious until the spell ends, which is 1 minute. The sleeper takes damage, or someone uses an action to shake or slap the sleeper awake.
Okay, good to know.
So if there are any other creatures, I can use additional, it is hit points.
It's hit points,
Hit
not
points.
AC, not hit
It's
dice.
hit points, not hit dice.
Yeah. So,
To affect additional creatures.
So sleep works, like say if a creature in this scenario, well another scenario, you rolled a total of 17, right?
Yeah.
So if the creature has 23 hit points, it wouldn't fall asleep.
Okay, yeah, then it won't fall asleep. When you said hit dice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking Pathfinder where it was hit dice. It was
Yeah,
like
same with
CR rating.
Yeah. And I'm thinking 3.5 where, again, hit dice.
Yeah, again, like Pathfinder, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's my fault for not reading the player's handbook through cover to cover. And memorizing each spell.
Oh,
Yeah, there is.
big fan.
How many hit points of creatures the spell hit?
Yeah. So if it was 2 creatures each worth 10 hit points, the
Yeah.
first one would be knocked out, the second one would be.
So-
10 would go to the
I
first
actually
one.
thought it was hit dice, but it's hit
Hey, it's all right.
Yeah.
It happens.
would've-
I didn't know either, so we're all good.
Next
Yeah, grateful to our resident rule aficionado.
No, this is how it's supposed to be played.
Yeah, I won't use rule lawyer because that's a dirty word. All right, so
That's what I attempt, and then with my
Bonus action, you still have
can I attempt to hide with my movement?
I think that's is that a rogue thing?
Is hide an action?
I thought it was an action unless you were a rogue.
It's a bonus if you're a rogue.
Yeah.
But if I want to use my movement, put myself somewhere concealed. Okay, well, I'll just move, is basically what I'm going to do. I'm just going to move away from this fucker.
Okay.
Like,
You're gonna hide in the water.
I'm going to hide behind the tree over here.
Haha, now you don't see me.
All right.
So, group, what do we want to do? This thing's asleep now. Are we?
I know, it's
No,
still
no,
awake.
no.
So
Oh,
basically,
sorry.
as you bang your drum, this
I did
wave.
listen to that whole
Yeah.
conversation, and then I promptly forgot about it the second I sat down. So I totally did listen to that whole conversation. Okay, I'm going to cast Moonbeam then, because I'm assuming it's my turn. Yes.
Okay. Yep.
So I'm going to cast Moonbeam, and it is. Let me just pull it back up on my phone again here. Shines in a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder centered on a point within range. So I'm going to center it over him.
Okay.
And then I'll get to move it as well. So, like, are we able to create an effect or like a little round, something I can move around on this screen?
That is a very good question. I don't know.
Just like draw something?
Yeah, or if there's like a cloud or a mist or something that can get thrown on there.
I think you're just gonna have it follow him around.
Or... Yeah. Well, I have to move it with my action, so. Because when it's concentration, that means I can't cast anything else, but I can do other actions, right? Like I can attack him with my quarterstaff, but I can't cast anything else. Okay.
The concentration comes into effect depending on the spell, because you could have the duration.
Up to 1 minute.
Yeah, you'll have to
You
continue
said a pillar
making
of fire
checks.
or moonbeams?
But like I could hit him with my staff and
Yeah.
say, and I'd like to move this to here, kind of thing. Or is me moving it?
You'll have to concentrate to keep the spell up. If you want to like do other things, like hit with your staff.
Yeah, but I could do that, but I can't cast anything else. Okay.
But when you take damage, you have to roll.
What about elementals? What does an elemental
for
look
your
like?
concentration?
Why don't we just use like the hurricane guy or the
Sure.
tornado dude?
Sure. You just wanna put him right above here.
Yeah, we'll just say that he's there, so we'll just put it right next to him. Yeah.
Alright. Toggle fly.
Cool. So we'll say that's like right on top of him. Can we have them both share the same space? Yeah.
I think so. I might just have a little bit of.
There we go.
Let's see. Alright.
I think that works, doesn't it?
What do you do to
Okay.
summon this thing? What's your...
Ooh. Yeah, I guess I
You need
should
a
do
flavor.
a silvery beam of light. So maybe what I'd like to do is I'll say a prayer up to Salune and I'll point to where he's standing and utter the words of this. So I'll look up into the sky first and get my power from Salune and then point towards the beast and utter the words needed for a silvery beam of pale light to shine down in a 5-foot radius on top of that beast. So
Before you do, as you cast the spell, number one, as you reach for the power, it doesn't feel like you're quite reaching a god at all. There's something that's answering you, but it's not the familiar touch you once cherished. And when the silver beam does appear, it doesn't appear as the moonlight that you're used to, but several unblinking eyes in a beam of silvery light. But these eyes will appear and close and appear and close, not in a it's not a very comforting look. It's more like the whatever is in there is watching you in particular.
Oh. So it doesn't do anything, it'll just be when the creature starts its turn, which I guess kind of messes me up if it stays in one spot, but I'm always going to constantly be moving it around. Didn't know anything about that then.
So what's this spell called?
So, so when a creature enters the spell area for the first time on a turn, or starts its turn there, it is engulfed in a ghostly flame. So would this count as like entering the spell's area for the first time?
Yes.
Okay, good. So it'll still take some damage, but then afterwards. Okay.
And how big is the spell effect area?
It's 40-foot high cylinder, and it's a 5-foot radius.
Okay.
So where it's standing.
Yeah, it's so when a creature is for the first time or starts to turn there, it is engulfed in ghostly flames that cause searing pain, and it must make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
Okay.
So it needs to beat 12.
His little
Good to
bird
know.
probably just singing.
So right now, then it would count, yes, because it's starting. It's
Yeah. So when its turn comes around, it will be affected by that.
okay. So we'll do that when the turn comes around. Okay, sounds good. And it's a shape changer.
Yep.
A shape changer makes its saving throw with disadvantage.
Okay. Good to know.
If it fails, it also instantly reverts to its original form and can't assume a different form until it leaves the spell's light.
All right. Good to know.
So I guess it was a smart communication system.
Yeah. It's impressive.
Because if it is a werewolf, now he has to change.
You know that old saying about how when the DM smiles, it's too late? All right, Kilkax.
Am I able to pierce it while she has this stuff?
You're able to attack, yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna do my longbow!
Okay, don't forget you've got a +1 with the longbow now, because
Yeah.
it is a magical weapon.
Yeah. Okay, that's how it works, because I was like, I don't know how to put it into the system, so it's a +1.
Yep.
18
Mm-hmm.
+1.
Yes.
And then
18 plus 1 from the bow, plus your dexterity modifier, plus your proficiency bonus.
1d8. This one? 1, 2, 3, 4, this is 8. 1d8. 7 plus 3 is 10.
Yep.
That's damage.
Okay.
And then what else you said?
Well, that was just for your.
He was just calculating the hit. So it's your 18 plus your dex, 3 plus 1 for the magical crossbow, or longbow.
Mhm.
18, 19, 20,
And then your proficiency bonus is what, 2?
It should be 2.
I think the proficiency is 2.
But yeah, it should be. Sorry, you rolled. What did you roll for damage?
7.
Plus 3 for your dexterity.
Yeah.
And then plus 1 for your longbow.
So 11.
Yeah.
If you go for it, that's about. Nice. You rolled a 7. Like, nothing.
Why can't I find my proficiency? Oh, there it is. +2, you're right.
Well, that's usually the same for each of the creatures. All right. Anything else you'd like to do for your turn?
No, we're just gonna go BAM! And then just watch. Because he's like, all
Right.
what's going on? Like, yeah.
Standing in the ghostly
Can I see it? Can I see it? Does
So-
he wail?
You, as you loose your arrow, its arm is just retracting. As you loose its arrow, your arrow, you slam into the same shoulder that's just recovering. The creature, and then looks dead at you, shaking its other hand before its form kind of snaps and morphs and drops the arrow without even touching it.
Rude.
So that brings us to Dagra.
So did it still take damage?
It
or-
still took
oh,
damage.
Okay.
First, only bonus action, I cast a protection spell. So it gives me resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage on myself.
Sorry, you cast which one?
It's a protection spell.
Ah, yes.
Yahmi.
Got it.
So it's resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage for one turn.
Mhm.
And then I move. Am I right there?
Yep.
And I roll for clicks.
Go for it.
My silver one. And I'm gonna use my master, Great Weapon Master.
Okay.
So that's plus 10 to the damage and -5. But since I'm stressed, I'll do -6. So that's 9. And I don't hit at all. I rolled a 5. So that's 3.
So you just tried to tickle it.
Yeah.
So as you rush in, your sword held high, the creature looks over its shoulder, and it doesn't even dodge. It, as you bring the blade down, it splits itself into a maw, and then you pass. Your blade passes through it before the creature reconstitutes itself into its form, and it faces one hand towards you, the finger splayed, and a mouth forms in the center and howls at you.
You thought I fancied this from the high.
So it starts its turn, DC 12 save, and that is a 2.
So it takes 2.
And it was at disadvantage because of the shapeshifter.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. So
Can't really get worse than a 2, but I'm not letting you. He's cackling. Or we think he's cackling.
Sure. Okay, so 2d10 radiant damage.
Okay, roll 2d10, please.
Which one's the 10 one again?
I put it that one. Yeah. Either of those.
Okay, so well I should just go both then. What is that?
That's a 10.
Okay, so 17.
17. All right.
Radiant damage.
So light damage.
Radiant.
Yeah. Isn't radiant light?
Radiant is more
Radiant
holy.
is, yeah, is like
Okay.
holy damage, yeah.
All right. So the light splays down, and the creature and silver fire sprays from between the creature's eyes and mouths. For a moment, it howls and cries out before reforming itself and casting itself just off to the side here, moving around.
I have a feeling that this is someone we know. Or something.
Well, if it is a shapeshifter, it has to change out of its form right now.
It's not a shapeshifter.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was gonna
It's
say
just some
something
sort of
cackle.
like cursed creature.
It
thing.
seems like some kind of like shadow beast
Yeah.
because of it being able to like morph and
beast.
It
Have
Oh my God.
claws in its hands.
it almost spills over in beside Dagra. It doesn't move so much as it leaps, and then as it lands, its form reconstitutes, where its hands now become its legs, and its body seems to flip within that motion. It comes up and slashes down at Dagra. Nat 20. Here, guys, I feel like I have to prove these to you now because
Well,
it's
I
like,
think I cast a slashing that I'm resistance to slashing damage.
all right,
And I
and that is
No, I was just
so resistance gives
I
me
was just
it's
it halves the damage.
yes. So phew, good thing I cast that spell.
Yeah? Otherwise you would have been hurting unit.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Sorry, I know what you said, but for a moment it said a hurting. I thought you said a hurting eunuch.
Oh no!
a low
Hurting
slash.
units?
A very low slash.
And that's 6 damage.
6 damage? I'm lucky. So lucky.
All right. The creature then splays itself outward and roars in your face. You feel the saliva kind of hit your, not saliva, but almost almost an illusion of saliva. As it strikes your face, it dissipates. It doesn't stick the same way a living being's saliva would. All right. So that brings us to Paine.
Right. She is muttering to herself. This isn't the same. You have control. You can make a difference. And she will cast a spell. So again, muttering and she's not beating on the drum, but the drum flashes out from the side of the tree for a minute, and the creature can make a con save.
Does an 18 meet the con save?
Yes, it does. So it will take, again, like a thunder comes out of the clouds suddenly, similar to what happened in the cave. So half damage. So it's going to take 5 damage, and I'm going to push it back into her effect.
Oh, sweet.
Ooh.
Which means it re-entered, which means that it needs to take damage again when it starts its
Thank you.
roll.
If you wouldn't mind moving them back in there.
As long as he stays there, but yeah, he's not gonna really be able to move out of that, is he?
All right. So he needs to make another save.
Like makes a spray in the same.
That's a 3. That's a 3.
Okay, so it definitely is going to take some damage again.
Alright.
Oh, 12.
All right. As it's pushed back in, each one of the creatures' mouths opens, and flame spills from them. So all over its body, you see these multitude of small flames beat out. Each one of the eyes, a few of the eyes close, almost as if they burst like a pustule. The creature, for a moment, staggers before it draws back up and re-screams its anger at you. So that was 12 damage, you said?
Yes.
All right. That brings us to Naalu.
My turn again. Well, I am going to...
Please make a Constitution save to keep your, or a concentration check to keep your spell up.
So I have to just roll... Is that how that works?
You said you need to make a concentration check, no?
No, I don't. It just is... It stays in place because of concentration.
What spell is this?
Okay. On each of your turns after you cast the spell, you can use an action to move the beam up to 60 feet in any direction, and it's concentration. I don't know why I'd have to do a concentration check.
Oh, yeah, but what's the spell called?
Moonbeam.
Moonbeam.
That's so pretty, and then it's totally destroying this bitch.
Yeah, it's done 30 points of damage so far. I'm like, ooh,
Damn.
Okay, it's not in the player's handbook. Oh, here we are. Duration. Yeah, duration, constitution, or concentration up to 1 minute. So you have to make a concentration check every turn to keep the spell effect up.
Where's concentration then?
I think the DC is 10 plus.
I think it's 10 plus the spell's level, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it would be 11. And then, did the concentration check get anything added to that? Like, I don't see concentration on here anywhere.
You add your intelligence modifier, or your spellcasting modifier, and your proficiency bonus.
Okay, so that, and then plus another 2 for my proficiency, so I add 4. Okay.
I think it's just a spellcasting modifier, but.
I'm pretty sure it's your proficiency.
Here, so
bonus.
here, normal activities such as moving and attacking doesn't interfere with concentration. The following factors can break concentration: casting another spell that requires concentration, taking damage, being incapacitated or killed.
I
Okay,
don't
so it's
have
only
to.
if she takes damage that she has to make a concentration check.
Yes.
At the
Or
next.
casting.
Okay, so I don't need that, but even if there was a case, I got 18, so it would have.
Yeah.
Would
Alright.
have done that anyways. So it's still, I'm gonna keep that spell going, and then I'm also gonna hit it with my staff.
Alright, go right ahead.
Since I don't have the shillelagh on my staff this time around, I think you guys just need to tell me again how this works. So the quarterstaff, I have a +1 to the attack bonus from that.
Mm-hmm.
I add my proficiency as well.
Yep.
And do I also add my dexterity modifier?
I
or
think it's strength, isn't it?
Strength, okay. Which is a big old 0. Okay, so then it would be +3. Okay. 20.
That's a hit.
And then I do 1d6 plus 6 points of damage. Bludgeoning damage.
Alright. Where's my... there you are. Nope, that's not what I need. You said 6?
Yes.
I was just gonna say when we're done, maybe this combat, we'll take a look and stuff.
Yeah, I was
Sure.
just gonna start looking at.
I was gonna say let's take a 5-minute break and... yeah.
Yeah.
So that brings us to Kilkax.
He's near the dying stages of life.
Eh,
Barely! I'll hit him with it.
I'll say that he looks a little bit green around the gills.
So, run,
The 6-foot piece of wood between his eyes probably didn't help.
Right? Alright, so it's only +1, so 15 plus 1 is 14.
That's a hit.
And I use my 1d8. And it's 6 plus 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
How do you want to do it?
I want to get him right in the chest.
Alright. So you dodge yet another flailing arm as the creature looks at you. You draw back your bow, very carefully taking aim at the center of the chest where an eye is forming. You release the bow, striking the eye square in the center. And as you do, the sacred flames within the creature begin to bulge and distort its form. With one last cry, it bursts into flames and falls to the ground. Yeah.
Word. It
So-
burst into flames? Like,
Yeah.
The flames.
Yeah,
were
the silver
burning?
flames from her spell. It basically, you struck it hard enough that you popped it like an overripe balloon.
Nice. Add that to my kill count, please.
Oh God, where did I keep that kill count?
I got the assist.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I don't think we're.
bad.
I don't think I have a thing for assists, unfortunately.
I get a lot of assists.
I know, right? It's not
I
bad.
feel like we all do, but.
Add it to my kill count. I'm number 1. No,
So it just kind of blew up.
Yeah.
Is that what happened to it? Okay.
Pop like a balloon.
Did you watch that movie Us? Jordan Peele.
Yeah, it is.
And it's like the daughter's like driving the car, so don't drive, get out of the car. It says, no, I have the most kills out of this family.
Yeah, we actually just watched that movie, even though it came out like 7 years ago now. Wasn't it? It was like 2014, wasn't it?
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. But yeah, with that, we'll take a quick break and we'll come back after we've had our pizza. Anyway, as the creature dissipates into nothing at your feet, you look up and the mists kind of part as the last of the sun is dying, and it catches on the red roof of a mansion just beyond a gate towards the end of the road. Now, as the road terminates, it leads to a pair of wrought iron doors, and you look up at this expansive mansion. And the more you look at it, the more at first it seems to be a very opulent place with the exterior set with the finest of finishings and trimmed with very expensive wood. However, as you get closer, the signs of decay and the lack of prosperity become more and more apparent. A shingle missing here, the lack of paint, or the lack of paint on certain sections of the walls. The iron fence is rusted in a few places, and the paint is peeling from one section of the wall. As you approach the iron gate, you note that it is formed into the shapes of creatures twisting and swirling around each other. each with far too many eyes and mouths. A light is shining on the door to the far end of the gardens from where you are. What do you want to do?
Are there any sigils on the door?
The gate?
Yeah.
None that you can see.
Does it look like this is just an artistic rendering of these shapeless creatures, or do we think that this is a like reverent in a sense?
I'm going to say that you've encountered them enough. It's definitely an artistic rendering of the creatures. However, comparing what is on the gate to what you have been encountering is kind of like comparing a dragon to a lizard. The creatures that you've encountered seem like pale shadows of the carvings before you in more ways than one.
Okay.
It seems these creatures that are carved upon the gates seem far more potent, far more powerful, and far more, ever more beyond your understanding than the things that have been screaming in your face.
Let's look around. Do we see like any semblance of a guardhouse or anyone tending the area that we could introduce ourselves to?
There's really no activity. The gardens are definitely overgrown. Like the ivy beds have begun to sprawl out of their assigned areas. The rose bushes have not been trimmed in a good long while. Even the grass has kind of a wild look to it. Like there's far too much space between each cutting, or that it's only cut on particular.
Can we throw a rock at the door?
Sure.
Yeah.
At the door or at the gate?
How far is the matter from the gate?
I'd say a good 120 feet.
You can throw a rock that far, Kilkax? I laughed at you.
I'm going to the gate to see if it makes it rattle.
All right. Roll an attack.
Like all three of those things.
I did an 8.
It's
Attack at the gate.
the gate. The stone strikes the gate with a resounding "tong,"
Yeah.
but nothing further happens. A slight breeze picks up, and the gate simply shifts back to forth, Its hinges sounding on the wind with, rusty cadence.
Amazing. You said the light's here, right?
Yep.
Right at the front?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is our destination. Let's head in. I will touch the gate and try and confirm.
Okay.
You have to put far more force on the gate than you would have thought. And with every inch that it moves, it seems to scream and protest on its rusted hinges, filling the air with a scraping, scowling song as you push them wide. The cobbled path is overgrown at the edges, and some industrious weeds have begun to push up between each of the cobbles. Moss leaving the stone faces slick and rather treacherous, but not too much. Not overly so, but you do have to kind of watch your footing a little.
Is there any footprints along the walkway?
Give me a perception check.
I will help you look for that.
Okay, advantage.
17.
17. So you do see some footprints milled along the flower beds and kneeling points every so often. There's definitely
Sorry.
traffic.
That was 21.
21. Sorry. Well, either way, you're going to get a good long description. So
20.
So there's definitely heavy traffic along the cobbles. They just haven't been cleaned properly in a very long time. From the steps, you can tell that there's two individuals that these belong to. One is not quite young, but not quite old. His stance is strong and confident. His gait is not overly inhibited by age. The second is a man of advanced years who has a limp in his left leg. His steps are irregular. And it's these prints that seem to be moving about the garden and tending to it. As you get closer, you can see that many of the flower beds have become weed choked, and again, the aforementioned ivy has begun to encroach upon the home. No longer, it might have once twisted in a charming way, a quaint way up the wall, in an almost pastoral manner from the tale. But now it almost seems like the vines are choking the house. Several places on the roof are missing their shingles, and even a few of the windows are beginning to crack. If not from somebody throwing a rock at them, more like the house itself is just causing more and more pressure to fall upon the windows, and
So it's not
they have no crack.
the upkeep has been lost.
Yes, very much so. That is definitely one opinion you could draw. Even the fountain, as you walk across the main corridor, yep, right there, is choked with algae and inhabited by innumerable frogs and salamanders and other aquatic life. All right. As you walk up to the walkway, the
salamanders do this?
Like some. Oh, pizza? I got pizza on my character sheet.
no,
Damn it.
you failed.
Can't take me anywhere except this is my house.
They can climb up walls.
Give you a close.
Lick me.
Some have like a very, like they don't, I think they can travel kind of decent.
And they can
Yeah.
slither through.
They're not great climbers. They're good burrowers, though.
Yeah.
No, that just doesn't
Dang.
As you approach the door, you see a long bell cord hanging off one side. The two doors are set again with scenes of the aforementioned creatures twisting and twining throughout the frames. It's dark wood, seeming to come alive as you look at it, and just in the periphery of your vision, you'd swear you can see the carvings move.
Do these carvings appear to be, like, is there any sort of, like, tableau, like, is there a story to these carvings, or is it just carving?
Give me an investigation.
14.
There doesn't seem to be a story, but the more you look at it, the more you see that each of the carvings seems to be just slightly unique from the others. In some, the amorphous masses are twisted just slightly. Some have the fangs of a wolf, for instance, and another a kraken's beak. As you pass the fountain, there's actually 7 different great sculptures with water spilling from their orifices. One appearing to be a great globe upon a set of legs. Another, again, a spilling amorphous of eyes and mouths. Yet another, the tentacled creature that you saw at the standing stones in those tableaus. You recognize 2 or 3 more from that as well. Yet another stands on one side, a serpent with innumerable eyes running along its body, twining and twisting before water falls out of its mouth into the fountain.
They're all fountain. Okay. Yeah. Because,
I think we should ring the bell.
yeah, I think we should just carry on to the door and ring the bell.
All right, who's going to ring the bell? All right.
Oh, wow.
As you pull the bell, several chiming as you pull on the rope, several chiming bells sound through the air. Their music, not the comforting sound you would typically associate with such a domestic. Cal,
Well, what's the one that...
I need a novelty hammer. Thank you very much.
The one from The Simpsons?
it's from
Carol of the Bells.
Carol
Yeah, but
Bells.
this one was something really great. Like, let's just keep this doorbell really neat. And it's like, when birds fly, when, oh shit.
All right. I'm sorry.
All right, let's get back to it. Back on track. As the rope descends, the sound of bells fills the air, but it's not a very comforting sound. Typically, you would think that such a contraption would be, its sound would raise feelings of hominess or comfort or respite from a long road. But this one sets the back of your teeth just to edge, their discordant notes twitching at the fraying edges of your nerves. After a time, you hear a few gating footsteps passing along the inside of the floorboards, creaking as they go. And the door swings open, rusted hinges once more screaming at the air, as an old spider-webbed face set on a hunched, aged body looks out at you. The man is dressed in a three-piece suit, black and white, with shining shoes. It's obvious he's trying to hold himself as ramrod straight as he can, but with the years pressing down on him, he can't quite manage to eliminate the stoop that settles in his spine. Yes. How may I help you?
Out of game for a second here. Did we get the impression that LPH, like Lord Philip, is the elder? Or like was Raven younger?
I don't think I mentioned.
Okay. Because we're not really sure.
May I help you? He's leaning on a small wrought iron cane for support as he speaks to you.
Hello. We are here searching out Raven. We understand that he often takes some leisure time at the house of Lord Philip. Is this his estate?
This is indeed Hollock House. However, I do not remember a young Master Matthias Raven. However, Master Lawrence has stepped out for the eve. You may wish to call upon him tomorrow and he may be able to aid you in your inquiries as to this individual.
I'm afraid we've traveled an awful long way. Where could he be at this hour of night?
Master...
Oh, guys, I'm just realizing something. Sorry, out of game for a second.
Sure.
Draven is
Draven.
is the guy who was dead.
Yeah, no, you're looking for Matthias, right?
So we're actually looking for
Was Raven the one in the barn?
Yeah.
Right, and then we went to his house.
Draven had written Matthias on the wall.
Yes.
And then when we went to his house, they were possibly lovers or something.
Yeah.
From the journal that you guys read, right?
Yeah.
But I still have the journal.
So what we're actually looking for is Matthias tell him that Raven's dead. Like that's our purpose. I'm just trying to remember because now this has been like 2 months or real time since we did that. So
Oh, don't worry. Even I forget things, especially since I pretty much generate my NPCs as we go.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what you guys are gonna do. Like I have some specialized ones that, yes, but the incidental characters I basically make up on the fly because I don't know which way my group is gonna go, and I like to be able to roll with the punch a little.
Yeah, absolutely. So Matthias was missing for a full week before we arrived in town, and Graydon died. So if this guy just told us that he doesn't know who Matthias is, yeah, I'm just trying to make sense of names.
I know. LPH is...
In real time, this would have only been like 2 days for us, but maybe
power time.
It's been a while, yeah. Yeah. So we're seeing if this guy knows Matthias. So,
Yeah.
or where Matthias is. And he said that he stepped out. And he said,
No, he's speaking about Master Lawrence has stepped out.
So, Graven is the dead guy. Let's just spell it. Graven is the dead guy. He was writing Matthias on the wall. Matthias is named Matthias Kohler. He is the tall, pale, skinny ginger who's gone missing. And in Raven's address book, that's where we found the fact that he was coming out here, I think. Because technically I wasn't part of that. So I was like, I'm writing it down, but getting it maybe not 100%. And that's why we said, okay, if we go out to Paul's Manor, that's where he spent time. And he's not even there.
He's away. So you said he would be back within a day?
Yes. Master Lawrence likes to pass time among the cafes in order to recharge his creative humors. He left yesterday morning and will return sometime this evening.
Do you know which cafe he usually goes to? Or friends?
That I don't, sir.
The irony, sir, we actually have just come from, I don't remember the name of it, but the Harrigan's Emporium, where the good fellow Merrick sent us here with hot coffee and pastries for him. We
Hargan's-
still have a pastry. We have one pastry left. Unfortunately, we drank the coffee. We had a rather arduous road with brigands trying to set themselves upon us.
Yes, it does seem that they're becoming more of an issue these days, unfortunately. Hopefully the god will find its way off its posterior and deal with such. And he kind of scoffs and twitches his face in disgust. Low-born elements.
Indeed. We certainly dissuaded them, you shall rest assured. Would it be too much to ask if we could take our leave here until the master returns?
Give me a persuasion check.
Ooh, that those eyelashes. Oh, I rolled shit though.
I'll help her.
That is 11 if that was too late.
Yeah, I'm sorry that was too late. He kind of scoffs. I'm sorry, but this is not an inn. This is the proud home of 7 generations of holics. And snaps his cane down. We are not an inn for every ill-bred rapscallion that comes in with dirt mud or with road mud upon its boots.
Oh my god,
Did we
a
look that
racist
bad?
butler.
I kind of like take a moment and I like look uncomfortable and look us over and I say, I perfectly understand. We shall wait outside then.
If you must, there is a gazebo to the, just off to the one side of the home. You may set up some bedrolls or what have you there, and await Master Lawrence's return. Good day. And he shuts the door in your faces.
Wow. Well, I don't know what I was expecting, as long as I'm sure he's out of earshot.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hearing him walk away. Mm-hmm. I don't know what I was expecting, but that wasn't the welcome we thought we'd get.
No, I'm totally disappointed that I will make my disdain quite. I'll illustrate my disdain with Mr. Hollick, or Master Hollick,
Mm-hmm.
returns.
Do I want to do a sneaky sneak? Is there a window I can creep in?
There's definitely windows you can creep in.
Let's go to the gazebo and scope the place out then.
How about
So
we
give
cut
me
down the
give me
gazebo, make it
a
firewood?
please give me a perception roll, please.
I ate her.
Okay.
4, 5, 6.
You get advantage.
Oh, I can do it again?
Yeah.
16 plus persuasion?
Perception.
Plus 2, so 16, 17, 18.
Alright, so with that,
Ooh! I didn't watch what you were doing there, but that was cool. Whoa!
Ding. On the roof.
Wow.
Ding, there's lights. Ding, there's walls.
there we
On
go.
the roof.
So you realize that there's a window here. There's several along the back side. A window here, here, here. And they look like they don't appear to be overly well locked. So they could be forced fairly easily.
Nice.
Cool. And so where are we situated with the gazebo?
You're over in this corner. Just,
That's the main entrance, right?
hang on, you're just over here.
So probably that one.
Alright, so what do you guys want to do?
I think we should go set our pack down and pretend like we're sort of waiting it out.
You see a small shadow flicker in the second floor, just a sway of drapes, as the old man's face peers out, obviously looking at you, trying to determine whether or not you're following his instructions. But as swiftly as he is there, he's gone. That's good stuff.
Well, friends.
Looks like there's more than one occupant in this building.
No, it's the same guy.
Is the same guy
Same guy.
watching us?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was just checking off somebody watching you.
I know I feel like somebody's watching me.
You right?
Let's pretend we're setting up camp and then find a way in.
I can always, like, if we pass by and open the window, I can turn into a cat and pop up in.
None of the windows appear to open at the time, but again, they are fair. They don't appear to be locked overly well. Several of the frames have warped to the point where the locks are not. Where a cat, like, you weren't really looking at the you were looking at them without appearing to look at them, but several of the windows appear to have warped in such a way that they can no longer be locked by their latches.
So it's easy to break in.
Or we could just wait for him for a couple hours.
Yeah.
Instead of, like, breaking into his house and then expecting him to be nice when he
Yeah,
makes
it's
up.
like peek through.
Yeah, I
See
think
if I see you.
Naalu.
Right?
Let's see.
Yeah, I just don't want to do like a little walk around. And just do little peeks, and if I get caught, I'll just say I'm going to be.
All right.
Yeah.
Give me an investigation check.
Investigation check is
And a stealth roll.
7 plus 3 is 10,
Mm-hmm.
and then stealth is plus 5.
So as you guys are setting up, you notice that the butler is kind of following Kilkax around, peeking his head out the blinds, watching this stranger come.
Or trying to, like, signal to you.
Yeah.
Well,
Stop it. I'm busy.
we're, like, trying to, like, let you know.
Mhm.
And then I just like turn out in the back and then just back to
Go back, make the shiniest crayon is he.
I think we should wait. Because if we want to build a trust or a relationship with this individual, as I said, the last thing we need to do is break into his house and knock him out of the butler.
I'm not going in anymore. I'm just looking around. And then I return to the group.
Okay, so I want to pull out some of those letters that you guys took from the house.
I can give you the journal to look at too.
The things that were signed by LPH. Because I think it's important that we remember what the nature of their relationship was.
All right. So you want to start with? Do you want to start with them in chronological order, or?
Yeah.
The most recent, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The most recent, dated, appears to be a story about a young philosopher who discovers that through meditation he can break through the veil of the world and see beings larger than himself. It ends with him being crushed mentally by one of these creatures after failing to hide his presence from it. The entirety of the story is marked with red ink. This is not how the mythos is supposed to operate. This is wrong. These creatures would not have noticed him. They would have fallen upon him from the sheer callousness of the universe. And then in another section where it's underlined how one of the creatures turns an eye on him, we are but but particles of dust in a sea of sand. We are of no more consequence to such a being than the ants under our feet would be. At the bottom, it appears. It goes on in this vein. The correspondent getting more and more abusive as the text passes on, ending with, "You are a fool and a mockery to our profession. If you cannot even understand the simplest elements of how this universe operates, how do you expect to write in it?
So this
You
is the
simpleton."
red text
Yes.
critiquing the story that LPH wrote.
No, that Matthias wrote.
And LPH is the red text.
Yeah, it's signed in big red letters LPH. Now are you going through the other stuff too? The journal and whatnot?
Yeah, because you need to remember all this. So LPH was a critic of or what's his name? Matthias Coleman, who's missing.
Okay, so what's the next piece of correspondence or writing that you want to look at?
I think that's scheduler. Draven's scheduler.
Matthias's schedule? It was found in Draven's apartment, but I'm pretty sure it was Matthias's.
Yeah.
I've actually been a little worried about that because I've been dropping subtle hints every now and again.
So I wrote down that we took Draven's address book and scheduler,
Okay.
and Draven and Matthias were sharing the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, someone thought maybe they were lovers. Yeah. Maybe that was just a random thing, but...
Okay, I thought you took Matthias's scheduler and journal.
Maybe it was Matthias's and I wrote down the wrong name, because I wasn't...
It's possible I wasn't clear enough. I'm working on that.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Okay, so it was Matthias's scheduler. That's what I want to look at.
Yeah. Okay.
Next.
So,
Because Matthias is the one that's missing.
give me an investigation check, please.
Oh no, I want a journal of Draven's.
Journal of Draven's. Okay, then I must have been Draven's journal. My bad.
Okay.
Oh wait, yeah, no, there was a journal for Draven and then a scheduler for Matthias.
Oh, they were two documents.
Yes.
I definitely have the journal of Draven.
Yeah. I remember now. Oh, sorry guys.
That's okay.
It's so good though.
Like I said, it was over a month ago, so
Yeah.
that's why I'm trying to remember. Okay, so whichever. We'll look at them. Yeah.
All right. Scheduler journal first. Your call.
Journal. Okay. So the journal belonged to
Draven.
Draven.
Good thing I wrote that down. My goodness.
Most of the journal just appears to be your normal day-to-day things. Draven's various musings about love and poetry filling the pages. A few sketches of Matthias leaning back with a pen in his hand. It's a week ago that the most significant entries occur. And there it becomes cryptic and more shorthand notes. Gotta be careful. Shadows? Question mark. LPH. How did he meet Matthias? Who could have taken? Last seen at coffee house. That sort of thing. Just slowly drawing the web together.
Investigating the disappearance of his buddy. His friend.
Mhm.
Yeah, bud guy.
Yeah.
His bud guy.
His browser.
His guy.
Bit of a metagame, guys. So this setting is actually based on 1920s New England. So there is a certain level of openness that is inherent in the fantasy setting, but a certain level of, unfortunately, things being unspoken. So,
Yeah.
yes.
Closeted nonsense.
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
Where
But yes, they were absolutely.
They were roommates.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like Watson and Sherlock Holmes.
So then he was hell-bent on...
Fun fact,
his partner then, is basically what...
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
And
Fun
they
fact.
both went missing around the same time, but Draven turned back up.
No, Draven didn't go missing. Draven
Was looking
yeah,
for Matthias.
yeah, was looking for Matthias
that week. And then we showed up at the end of that week. with
Yeah.
him dead in the...
in the barn. Yes, as he was seeking your help. Yes.
That's a fun fact. I want to know it.
Yeah.
Sherlock
Then
Holmes.
Holocaust is marked and underlined twice. Could Matthias be here? Question mark.
Sorry, and we asked the dude at the door if Matthias was there, and he said he didn't know Matthias.
He didn't know of a Matthias. No.
So LPH is coming back.
Yeah.
And then the written story that we had was Matthias's, or?
Matthias's.
Okay, so
With
obviously
LPH's now.
Matthias knew LPH then, because the two of them were in some kind of relationship where he was the student and LPH was the tutor. Okay, so then either they were meeting somewhere outside of that house, or the dude's lying to us because they know each other and we know they know each other. Or they just never met at LPH's house.
So the butler never saw it.
Yeah, or the butler is just not admitting to having known Matthias.
Okay, I feel like I've gone with it so much more wrapped around the names now.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Sorry, I will try very hard. I will try better in the future to make sure that things are a little clearer.
No, that's okay. Like, that's why I was taking notes, but with so
I feel
much
like
time
this
in
is good
between,
to
and
do
this is like
every-
just the beginning of the story. We're just not there yet.
Right.
We haven't had enough time, so.
I feel like this is good for us to do probably every couple of months anyways, depending on how long this lost us, so like kind of recap and figure out what's going on.
Refresh our
Why
objectives.
are we at this guy's house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are our current objectives?
Well, that's why.
Why are we here? I don't know. Let's burn the place down. All right, you're supposed to save everyone in the building. Oh.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't supposed to kill the women and children?
And that's why I've been trying to do a recap at the beginning of each
Yeah.
session.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
apparently I have to reach back a little further, and especially for me too, because, like I said, I do a lot of improvisation with
Yeah.
with the campaign to keep
Right.
on my feet,
Yeah.
and maybe I need to be a little clearer about things.
All good.
All right, we're all on page.
All right, cool.
Getting back into it.
The last entrance with the scheduler. As you look at them, you now notice that each occurrence of the name LPH is followed by a question mark. One particular passage about 3 days before he goes missing is marked how.
How?
How?
Or how?
How does he know?
How does he know?
Exactly.
Who is he?
And then
As in, like, how does he know what this Mythros is actually like and what this god is actually like?
And then it just says, how does he know?
How would I please know?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so big bad. Okay.
I'll do the background music. Just let me know when we're getting creepy. I'll just sit here and go.
Super hard pitch.
The dog's like, can we take her?
What's happening?
Why? They like the food ladies making weird sounds. Does that mean I get more of the food? Possible.
Okay, so, I'd say that we all, like, have that short rest. Take a minute, sit down, have a short rest. Do you need to?
I can take.
You didn't take any notes, right?
I can just be on guard, guys, because I have no issues right now. I can just sit and like meditate. But yeah, actually, I'll sit and meditate for like the 4 hours if we're given it. But I can stay awake while I'm meditating. And I'll keep my ears open.
Before we do that, as we've made our plan, I'm gonna suggest that we take a walk around the courtyard as, let's just say, our key lives, like we were discussing again. So who's over? So what did you read about?
Give me,
Because I wasn't in
give
there.
me an investigation check, please.
19 or 9.
Are we still? I'm gonna investigate as well.
So what I was gonna say is, as we're doing this, like
I thought 15.
trying to get all our P's and Q's in order,
Mm-hmm.
that we should do a lap around
Okay,
the exterior of the courtyard.
okay, I'll
And
say,
if Matthias might be there, I want to specifically be watching for like, is there any shed? So we're like,
all right,
be trapped or.
you give me an a perception check. Mila, you wanted to do, or sorry,
That's okay.
Naalu, you wanted to look around the grounds, give me a perception. And do you guys want to do anything?
Well, I already walked around and I was getting.
Okay,
You were looking at windows. Yeah.
okay.
So I was like, hey, that's not respectful. You're like, what? I'm just fishing.
Yeah.
You
Cal?
know what I wonder, actually? Sorry, I know what I'm going to do. So instead of doing investigation, I'm going to use my wild shape and I'm going to turn into the lab. We saw a lab? I think that's what we saw in the
town.
In the town. I think it's
Yeah.
a lab, right? So I'm going to turn into a lab so that I can smell. So I'm going to go around and start smelling around.
I'll give you
the courtyard.
advantage on your investigation check for that.
Okay. Well, I got 15, but I can still. Well, 15 is a lot better than a nat 1.
As you're
You have
shifting,
advantage.
I know, I had already rolled a 15 and then that was my second. Oh, and it was a 1, so.
Cal, do you want to do anything while they're looking around?
But I'm gonna be
I'm
a dog.
pretending to
And I
get,
turn into a dog and
get our bedding in order.
Okay,
I'm
I'm gonna say,
Presume that
I'll be a
I'm
nice
being
wolf. You
watched.
could like pet me.
I'm gonna say that the butler's got his eyes on you
Oh,
while these guys are looking around. But Naalu,
Naalu.
as you shift, your nose alights on something similar. You walk over, you pad over to a part of Earth.
Too much RP. Too much RP.
That's okay.
You've already got a token. Calm down.
You light on a piece of earth with a drenched piece of parchment upon it.
Oh, okay.
What do you want to do? It also smells very familiar, and as you're sniffing it, your mind immediately connects it to a smell from Draven's flat.
I'm going to pick it up really gently,
Mhm.
and then I'm going to hustle on over to Paine and sit down at her feet and give her the parchment, I was going to say pamphlet, parchment, and my note can be like, no.
Oh, I take it.
All right. All right. As you open the parchment, it's sodden, and the writing inside has smudged due to the weather.
Okay.
But you can make out a single 4-letter word: help.
I wouldn't recognize the handwriting, but I'm gonna fold it up and stick it in
Mhm.
my pocket.
Sounds like one of the help that we got before.
Yeah.
I'll get back at it. I'll watch her read it and then stuff it into her pocket, and then I will go back with my nose on the ground and try and find anything else that has a similar scent to that.
Nothing on the grounds.
Okay.
However, if the wind shifts ever so slightly, sometimes you do catch a scent. It's very faint though.
Can I tell which direction the wind is blowing from?
Always from the house.
Always from the house. So I'm going to follow my nose and go up to the front step of the house. I want to sniff all around the front and front.
As you sniff, you don't find a fresh scent on the front stoop.
Captain Water, Captain Water.
You want me to go to the fountain?
My perception, as I was walking around looking for secret hiding holes, was 18.
An
So I have
18.
that -1.
So you now notice that the butler is not following you around. However, no, there's no way you can know that yet. You just, as you're walking, you see a faint light from the top floor of the building.
So an additional light on.
Yeah.
Are there spiders in this place?
I'll go back to the group and I'll turn back into my humanoid form and then kind of shake it out a bit and go to scratch a non-existent ear because I'm getting back to being humanoid again, and then I'll let the group know about how I found something and given it to Paine. And I smelt a familiar smell, which I think could very well be Matthias, possibly. And I keep smelling it from in the house, but there's nothing fresh outside.
As I was walking around, I was wondering if there were sheds or some secret areas in the lawn that could be found. Didn't see anything to that effect, but there was a light I noticed on the very top when I was in the far corner of the yard that we couldn't see before. I wonder if perhaps there's an extra room up in the attic or something that's secreted away.
All right. So how do you guys want to proceed?
And then I'm also going to pull out the note as this help. That this is what you brought to me when you were in your canine form. Does this match the writing in the journal? What do you guys think? Just put them all together and we'll have a conversation about how pointless doesn't really tell you anything about handwriting.
Well, you could look at the letter.
I would like to take my little card that said help on it out of whatever pocket it is that I've taken and see if the two look similar.
They look. Well, give me a perception. I guess I have to ask.
Like their words.
16.
16. They look identical, nearly, or as identical as two words smudged out can. You also notice that it seems like it wasn't written with a stylus, but perhaps the blunt end of a finger.
Blood
Smears.
Yeah, so I think then whoever it was that has brought us to this place, whoever's need has brought us here, this could very well be the same, or this is the same. We're getting closer.
I do think we're on the right path. All of our notes when we put them together, they read something. Yeah, they do look on the path. Yeah.
Oh, right, they came out of like a story, I thought. There's a story written on the back.
There is.
From some of the pieces, but not everyone's. I thought yours didn't have a story or something.
Yeah, I can't remember now, but.
I believe it was Paine's didn't have one. Yours had the beginning of a tale about a great beast in the ocean that a sailor alighted upon. Yours had the mention of a great beast kept asleep with thunderous drums and maddening flutes.
Methinks perhaps we will find Matthias with many novels and books to keep him entertained.
Oh, lots of lore.
Yeah, with a bunch of books, perhaps in a library space of some sort.
Decked as a prize.
Yeah. Kept as a lover.
A slave.
Slave.
A slave to love.
Yeah.
Let's live.
Oh, when I went around sniffing and everything, did I notice any fresh tracks other than our own?
Just the butlers every now and again on a henge or a flower bed. It seems that he's doing his best to keep the place in tolerable shape, but
There's only so much
There's
one
only-
man can do.
One elderly man with a cane can do.
Got a
Yes.
bad attitude.
I'd like to. Yeah, I want to look for bats. Can I like hear anything going around or see anything in trees?
the woods.
I suppose I would have done that when I was in a dog home because I would have had better eyesight, right? Like night. Well, I guess so.
You know what? I'll allow it. The woods about you are eerily silent and devoid of life.
Okay.
What fish is in the fountain?
Just the frogs and
What the hell am I going to do with the fountain as a frog?
See, there's an entryway into the house.
In frog form.
Turn into
Oh, boy.
like frog leg dinner. It's gonna be like what's his name from The Little Mermaid?
flounder.
No, Sebastian.
Sebastian.
How he's going through this old any Disney
The
movie
kitchen,
ever.
and
It's
he's-
him in the kitchen with the French chef. That's my favorite scene ever from any Disney movie. Where he's dipping him in the
Fly in my face. There, I got it.
Nice. You were just agreeing with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was clapping her agreement. Yes.
Okay,
We should break in.
So, or we should take a break and let this guy show up in the morning.
So that would be a
And I'll
long
get
rest?
I wouldn't mind taking a rest now so I have my good shape again.
he said the morning, but then he also said maybe later this evening, so.
So we'll see what happens. But
Can
there
we
Do you
is,
think we should just break in?
Can we just sit and watch for him then? And we want to see where the butler is. And when we think that he's finally bedded down for the night, perhaps we'll break into action.
So maybe just take a short break, like a 4-hour break, so that it's in the middle of the night, and then we could sneak around a little bit easier, is what you guys are thinking.
Yeah.
Assuming that he would be asleep.
and then we separate the group into
Definitely. Well, everyone do something different.
different.
All right, so you guys want to take a short? Isn't a short rest only 15 minutes?
No, a short rest is 4 hours.
4
Is it
hours.
4 hours? All right.
Long rest is 8.
Yeah, I knew a long rest was 8. I thought a short rest was
Short
like
rest.
15
And then
minutes.
I can just take guard, because I'll sit and meditate and listen. Yeah.
All right.
Are we
I
actually
spend-
tapped though? Do we even need to take a short rest?
Well, Cal took some damage.
I
didn't
only
you?
took some damage, but I'm going to spend die.
I wouldn't mind getting my spell slots back before we get into
Oh,
anything. And
I was
also
gonna
get
say,
my,
because we only cast like one spell, but.
I cast 3 just because I was trying to find my wolf guy.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Okay,
and I
let's
used
do
it on my
that.
like
Let's
high
do
ones.
that
If
then.
that's okay with you guys,
Oh,
it's
of course,
really
of course.
then it's fully night, and I guess that's if Jared allows us to get a 4-hour
You're good.
rest in.
You're good. I'm not
Just a
gonna.
quick second and
Dude, I'm an easy DM. I'm not gonna stop you. No railroading here.
That's the nursing for you. It's like, oh, no. The
Not
bat
the
is
tripping
is
hazard.
rolled. Yeah, there's a hazard within my space, and I need to
Yeah.
rectify it before I can do anything else. Yeah, sure.
So I got 4 to die.
I would have pulled Juno out to boot you if you were hurt.
That's okay.
I didn't realize that you took damage.
Yeah, so for 25 out of 27. Do I have a chance to make some potions?
4 hours.
It takes an hour to make them.
Yeah, sure. I'll allow it.
Okay, so with regards to potion making,
Mm-hmm.
it takes an hour and I have to roll a d4
Go for it.
to find out how many potions I can make.
Right here. Right here.
So I'm gonna make black. I'm gonna make only one.
Okay.
Black blood.
Okay.
So that's duration is 30 minutes. Any creature that attacks with claws, bite, or beak, or any undead that attacks without a spell or weapon takes 1d8 poison damage if 1d8 damage the non-d.
All right.
And it has a toxicity level of 2. So that translates to. I can only take it once because if I do it,
Poison yourself?
yeah, like
You take it from time?
yes,
Mhm.
there's the way this thing works out is that you have toxicity levels. So the higher you are, the more potions you can take. So I roll a d4, and I just need to, and I make 3 potions.
All right.
So and I can use them during the bonus action.
She must get so cold.
Yeah, I was gonna put her hoodie on her, but I thought it was cool enough today. I'm always cold, so I figure if I'm cold, she's cold.
Oh, I just hear your ears shaking, and I'm like, oh, poor puppy.
It's just nerves. She's nerve shaking. She's not cold right now. She's just nerve shaking.
Oh, sweetie.
She's like, Amanda has pizza and she's not sharing. Where's my pizza?
It's alright.
Where's my pizza?
Give me a pizza!
I'd like a pizza.
What's your pizza?
Come
Oh my.
Who doesn't want pizza, really?
Yeah, pizza is perfect food.
We should go hang out with Dad, you know?
Let's do this.
We did pretty good though. We did some damage. She was a huge job, which I'm gonna walk away from. Oh, you're doing more pizza.
It is a little snack.
More pizza.
More za.
Look at your little sweater, you're so cute.
Yes, what?
You're so
Aw.
For Adidas. For Adidas.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask the friend who made the egg to make me a sweater for Malcolm.
Yeah,
See
I
that-
made them.
Yeah,
I
see,
made this one.
I'm gonna see if she can crochet him like a dragon sweater.
That's fun.
We're gonna get some more caffeine.
Caffeine.
You gonna help me drink this?
Yes.
Here, take one bottom. Do you, well, we can share, right? Or do you want one of your own?
No, I'm good. I'll share it. The original taste. Wow, that means there was cooking. That's what they had.
Yeah, no,
real
yeah,
They
zinged out
sparkled a
here.
little cocoa.
Yeah. Cocaine actually was touted as a miracle drug in the Old West. You could actually buy gum laced with it.
Okay,
All right. So, what do you guys want to do?
I made some potions. I'm ready to roll. So if we go into the house, I can just pick one.
So I have a question about the ritual casting.
Mm-hmm.
It says that you can do it as a ritual if it's labeled as such, but I don't see any labels saying that a ritual able spells in D&D Beyond. Maybe I have to use the actual book to figure that out.
What kind of spell? Can you tell me one that you would be looking to see if it's a ritual?
So, you can cast known bard spells using charisma as a spellcasting modifier, and known spells as rituals if they have the ritual tag.
That would be in the description of the spell itself.
Yeah.
So
Wait.
what kind
So
of
I don't see
spell
like
are you
a
looking
tag
at?
anywhere in there.
Thunderclap, right? Is one.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's only for it's for
So let's say sleep.
cantrips, right? Is that a cantrip?
No, you can
No.
do any spell with a
Okay.
ritual tag, but I don't see a ritual tag on anything. So,
It's a
See, 'cause
good.
mine will tell it like conjuration, abjuration. So the one that you're looking at is thunderclap, right? So evocation.
so it says that classes,
Yeah. No, I don't see anything about ritual.
so that's what I'm trying to figure out is where that tag would be.
I wonder if that's something that I can use as like
Here we
a-
go.
Yeah.
It's a cat.
Spell sound 34. Oh, see, and it says,
Okay, where were you looking for that? Or is this a different app?
this is a different,
Oh, okay.
what is, this is D&D Spells 5e. So, it's a free app, but I wonder if, so then this is the ones where it's ritual technically. Apparently there's 34 of them, is what this is saying. That's what we'll prove.
Okay, so I don't have that many spells, so I'll look quickly.
So this is all three of them. You want to take off wander through that?
Thank you. Okay, carry on, guys. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm curious now, so I want to get my own mind around this.
So in Ritual Caster, which is a feat for bards, you have learned a number of spells that you can cast as rituals. These spells are written in the ritual book that you must have in your hand when casting one of them. When you choose this feat, you acquire a ritual book holding 2 first level spells of ritual. Choose one of the following classes. Paine.
201.
And then you can do it as a ritual so then it doesn't take up
Spell
It
slot.
doesn't take up a spell slot.
So things like sleep or invisibility would be epic.
You can just like
But I
cast
need
it and go.
10 minutes to do it. That's what the ritual part is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have to start it now, let's say.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, okay. Have to prep it similar to Cal with his prepping his potions and stuff.
Yeah.
Although I do notice on here it talks about like prepared, you know, like
I'm looking for the ritual tag, and I'm not finding it either.
Maybe it's just not in D&D Beyond.
Well, no, I'm looking for it in the player's handbook.
Oh, in the actual book?
Yeah.
Do you have those?
Yep.
I'm sure Find Familiar is one of them, so. Oh, the things that derail games.
Yeah, I'm not finding any. But this app is okay. It's just I don't use any of these spells. So maybe it's just not that many.
Rituals.
Oh, I'm not seeing these because these are good spells. That's why.
Certain spells have a special tag. Ritual such a spell can be cast by the winner of the spell caster. So yeah, so the ritual version of the spell can.
Oh, here we are. Yep, it's right there. Ritual.
Right next to it.
Yeah, right next to this. Right next there. Yeah. Yep. So if it's a ritual, it'll say here. So which one did you want to cast?
Okay.
Sleep.
I was gonna look up invisibility.
Invisibility.
Ooh, this is a good one. I was gonna break it out as a surprise.
It is
but
not-
since
it
we're
is not a
all
ritual.
Talking about it, it's not a surprise now.
It's not a ritual. Sorry.
Okay. Can I borrow your book?
Yes.
And I'll just go through my spell list and write it down here.
Tag him. You can make your own spell book.
I usually make myself cards.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing for the pre-generated characters that I have. I'm writing up each spell and getting them laminated so I can just hand them out and save some time.
for when you do like the first time players?
Yeah, exactly. That was one thing Mila and Amanda brought up when I ran their one shot, was that spell casting was a little difficult because people were having a hard time remembering what their spells did. So if I had that written on the character sheets, that would save a lot of time.
Yeah, it's a bit to juggle.
Well, they
And
have,
if you have the cards, you can just set them out in front of you as a newbie, and then you can be like, oh, this one's damage, oh, this one's on top.
yeah, they have D&D and Beyond have those packets.
Oh, they do, but they're like $25 a piece, and to get a whole set, you need like 30. Whereas I can just do the visual design, print them, and then laminate the bastards.
Yeah, people do that.
And sometimes the text is really extraneous. Like I used to pre-buy the spell cards, like I did that with 3.5, like when I play Pathfinder. And they're great, but the text can be really long, and really all it needs to say is 5d4 damage, auto hit, this is the save key, whatever, right?
Getting hot.
Taking the clothes off.
All that reading.
It's evil.
Yeah.
I love reading. I'm just really, really hot right now.
I'm like cold.
Yeah?
That's his
normal.
metabolism kicking in, whereas with me, my stomach's like, nope, I get all your blood flow.
Right? Yeah, yeah.
So
I run really hot. So.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
have 4 vials of black blood.
Mhm.
So whoever, if I get attacked by a creature, gets 1d8.
All right, Kilkax, what do you want to do?
We had our little rest.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ring the doorbell again and just be like, did he come back when we were sleeping? Or
I know, isn't it like, it's like in the dead of night?
Yes, it is.
Planning to take advantage of that.
We wanted him to be asleep.
Yeah, so ringing the doorbell would be counterintuitive to...
He's not awake. He disappeared, right? Okay.
Give me a perception roll.
Grab your elbow as you're about to ring the bell.
Perception is +2. 13, 15.
You watch a light trail through each window before finally moving to one of the rooms on the west side of the house and then snuffing out entirely.
Alright.
And then where was the room with the light on the east side of the house?
Yes.
On the east, okay.
So then we can find our special window to prick open and then slither in.
So we need one on like the
Main floor. And there's one right by us here.
Is that just underneath his room?
I thought he was over here. He's
Yeah.
over there.
Okay, so then that means that the light.
But he's on the
top is
second.
up
The
here.
light is on, like, the light you guys watch move and snuff out is on the second floor.
Okay, but then the light that we want to get up to on the, like the topmost, how many floors is this building? 3?
It's on the 3rd floor.
Well, technically it's on the 4th floor, isn't it? Because-
Well, no, but, the light you saw was on the second floor.
No, the one that.
The one
Mila
Yeah, the one
saw
that it was on. It was
Wednesday.
on the top floor, the second floor.
So there's only 2 floors to the building.
There's only you only see 2 rows of windows.
Okay.
I think. Everybody, avert your eyes for a moment. I need to double check my map making skills.
How's that?
Oh, very nice. Huh?
What's your necklace? Is that surrounding with the?
Yep. There's only
It looks like a Breton.
there's only 2.
Just like enamel with them. Like
There's only 2 floors that you're aware of.
Oh, I see.
The other windows. Yep.
Oh, actually, reliquaries.
Oh,
It's beautiful.
oh, it's a beautiful. Yeah.
So there's only 2 floors.
That you're aware of, yes.
So yeah, we can totally get into this from here. He's on that side.
You know, like
Right, it's really nice.
So I can prick open the window
Okay.
and do a slither in.
Give me a dexterity check, please.
Dexterity check. It is.
She's over like making a little. It's so funny when she shakes because her ears like rattle.
Like a fox. Yeah. 14 plus 5 is 19.
All right. That's a check, not a save, so you wouldn't add your proficiency.
Dexterity is plus 3, so 14 plus 3 is 17.
All right. So you manage to get the window open silently, taking it very carefully as you lift the frame to make sure that it doesn't squeak or creak. You manage to open it silently and peer into the house beyond.
We'll spill in.
You want to squiggle in?
Can I put my head in?
All right.
This is a little musty thing.
As you stick your head in, it appears to be a library of some sort beyond. The musty scent of books and the sharp acidity of ink reaching your nose. All around you are just books, or shelves filled with books. An armchair lies to one side with several tomes beside it. Dust covering the books sitting on the table aside of it.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright. So you give me a boost in all the way?
You're gonna need someone big enough to hoist you in there. That's probably
I'll give you a boost.
Yeah.
All right. I'll say with aid you can avoid the check. What do you want to do? Actually, put yourself on the board.
Where's characters? Oh. Yeah. There's me.
You just gotta click.
Should we put everyone?
Sure, put everyone. Who was what? Oh, this was Naalu.
Scroll.
Making yourself a list of ritual ones.
I don't.
Not
This was
It might
Dagra.
be maybe like the higher up levels.
Mm-hmm.
Or just
Who was
aren't, yeah.
Choose.
That app that I showed you though is pretty
Yes,
handy for when it comes to going through this stuff.
Lucifer?
Because you can even turn it on to like only gonna show you your bard spells and then just go
There.
and pick your next one.
Yeah, I think that was it.
That does it.
But
You guys are in.
Okay. So,
Oh, you wanna
makes it
zoom in?
easy for you. And you can build like one character into it for free into the app, so.
yeah.
I know.
So is there anything, is there anything standoutish
No,
in the library?
Combat, yeah.
Like the armchair and like what's the last thing read by the armchair?
It appears to be a report written 2 days ago by a scholar at Miskatonic regarding the metaphysics of the soul.
Oh, interesting. Alright.
Give me an investigation check.
Investigation check. Investigation is +3. 15 plus 3 is 18.
You notice that there's no publication watermarks, nor a publication date, and the cover itself is simply it's a very bland leather cover, almost a folio, with chicken scratched handwriting across it, almost as if somebody pressed the words into the leather.
He's in the book. Let's stab it.
I like the things that Kilkax jumps to.
It's witchcraft.
Are you actually going to stab the book?
Yes.
It's a book. Nothing happened.
I wasn't writing this down.
When I see this happen in front of me, I slowly put my hand on my sword just in case Kilkax snaps.
Just checking to see what's alive in this person now.
You're dead. You're alive. You're
Right?
dead. You're alive.
Alright, so there's
I'm
no
like-
souls in the book.
What are you doing?
Checking things out.
Try not to make too much noise.
Are you in or are you still
So-
out?
Yeah, I'm
The
in.
study was on the soul.
Yeah, it's on the metaphysics of the souls. How certain individuals within Ravenloft or within Fortune display a more vital spark than others, and why that might be. It goes into a whole lot of supposition and jargon, and is obviously written for a well-versed audience in the topic, but it's and it does appear to be a first draft.
Okay, it's fine. Everything's fine. I just take out and put it back.
After your little trip out there.
It gets a little stabby.
That's
Okay. I want to look for anything on the shelf that might have been written by Matthias.
Give me an investigation roll.
Oh, that's good.
19.
There's not. Matthias's work is conspicuously absent from the area. However, there's a small area on one of the shelves where that would correspond to his name in alphabetical order that is empty.
It's not by the chair.
Mm-mm.
Perhaps it's by the bedside table.
Is there a desk in this room?
No, not one that's conspicuous at the moment.
Everyone sees he's got a personal Ravenloft in there somewhere. That seems to be finding clues to how he knows Matthias.
So we
He
all
was
just
obviously proctoring his work, so there should be something of Matthias.
So we all just made it through the window, then we didn't make any noise or anything?
No.
Following.
No, you're all in.
Okay, alright. I just don't, I must have.
You blanked out.
I must have blanked out. Anyways, okay.
Is there a door?
So we're gonna look around. And so with the library, is there,
Oh, there is a door. Yes.
is there
hang on.
someplace to sit in the library? So you said there's no desk, like no spot to
Oops.
write, but.
Sorry. Hang on. Just 1 second, guys. Yeah, right there. So actually, if you click to open a door here, guys,
Can we
I
do
think you have to
dim the light?
hold and then click open.
Wow!
So you hold it over the door, click, and then go open. That should work. What the heck?
Maybe it's just do that. Maybe it's the other way.
Yeah, maybe it's opening in. Let me just tap see it, please.
There we go. Okay.
You probably just tap see it first.
No, it's not opening. Is that click?
There.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, magical.
There we go. That's what you have to do.
Neat.
So you click on it,
And then drag it out?
and then click on that.
So we're in this room.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, hold it over the door you want to open or close, and then double click on that.
Close. And then he is upstairs, we think? On this,
Yes.
on that side. Okay. Neat.
So I make my way. Yeah.
We're just looking for papers that he's written anything about the fire on.
Well, nothing in this room appears to be written by Hollick himself. It all appears to be works of both fiction and science by other authors on the island. How long will you guys say you've been in there?
2 seconds.
2 seconds?
Long
Okay.
enough for her to stab the book. Like,
I place myself close to the door just to make sure that there's no footsteps coming our way.
As you guys are writing, you hear a soft shimmer behind you.
Pure shimmer.
Yeah, on one of the shelves. You look back and you give me a perception roll.
For mighty senses are tingling.
Well,
19.
19. You notice
Nat 20.
so you two notice that it's not quite a shimmer or a sound, but there's a soft oomph. Almost like a book being pushed aside and slid into place. As you look behind, you realize that one of the tomes on the top shelf wasn't there an instant ago.
I'm gonna go look, but not touch.
You just want to look at the spine?
Yeah, for now.
Oh wait. I take my hand and put it over the throne and do I feel a breeze?
No. The spine simply says, it's actually got several cross marks on it. The first appears to be the disastrous journey, cross. The forbidden city, cross. Across the sands of time, cross. As you're watching, a new title actually gets etched in. The Forgotten.
Ghost is doing this?
Huh?
The ghost is doing this?
Something.
Sorry, what was the last title?
The Forgotten.
The Forgotten. Okay, so we have watched this be rewritten in front of our very eyes.
Yes.
I'm gonna do an Arcana check. So that's 7 plus 4 is 11.
11. So, there is no magic you know of that would do this.
Maybe somebody else is invisible. I say that out loud. There's no magic.
Is my medallion going on?
A slight hum, yes.
Book titles in front of our eyes. I'm just gonna like reach into space. Like I'm literally like throwing my arms about. And you thought I was weird.
There's nothing there.
The dagger. There's no one invisible.
I'm going
As far as
to
I can tell.
reach in and I'm going to grab the book.
All right. Are you going to open it up?
I want to look at the front cover.
Same as the spine. Several crossed out titles, and finally, The Forgotten.
I'm going to open the book.
As I passed along the sandy dunes of that most forgotten land, I came upon the Forgotten, a city without name nor accolade, whose very sculptures had fallen to sand and loss. And that's where it ends for a moment, until further ink spreads along. The locals of this land had discouraged me from my search, claiming that all that I would find in those places was death. Yet here I stood, among the forgotten walls and towers of a blasted land. And yeah, it continues on in that vein as you watch.
And I wonder, then, out loud, if perhaps this is the mirror image of another book that is currently being written in, and we are seeing its twin, perhaps.
Do I know how to spell that would do that?
No. This is...
No, my theory is not right.
No. Well, we'll save that for the post-game.
I think it's an echo from another plane.
Oh.
So what's going to happen is, after we're done with...
through space time, and this book is ripped through space time.
So what's going to happen is, after we're done the adventure, guys, we're all going to sit down and we'll have like a post-game talk and about what worked, about what didn't, and I'll kind of pull back the curtain a little on some of this stuff. But if I pull it back now, you're not going to enjoy this as much. You know, it's kind of like the old monster movies where, you know, the less you see of the monster, the scarier it is, right?
Yeah. I think it puts itself to sleep. You're back?
You don't have to stay in the library. It's all quiet. No,
You want to hear any footsteps outside the...
Give me a perception.
18 plus 3...
With your enhanced hearing, you do not hear any.
So it's safe to do.
You don't hear any What's the word I'm looking for here? There's a word.
No disturbances.
And no disturbances or footfalls. You hear some very soft snoring on the floor above.
Get that door smoking. Surprise! You should have let us in.
That old meme, surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah.
See this wallet? It says bad motherfucker.
Actually, I was thinking that scene from Dexter.
Oh yeah, when you found him in the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was that guy who did all those vines. Surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Wrong size, motherfucker. All rise, motherfucker.
They were funny.
Okay, so I guess if outside the library is okay, so I call that to the group. I tell them that there's a distinct snoring coming from the second floor.
Mm-hmm.
I presume it's the butler.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we can find the cellar. The basement.
All right.
Oh, you didn't want to go up? I thought we were going up.
We should go up.
We wanted to
follow
go
the
up
light.
to find that light from that person.
What?
Oh, it's pouring outside.
Yeah.
I saw it this way. Yeah.
Well, I saw it behind Mila when she got up.
Okay, so who's with me?
Going up?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll lead the way.
Who's the least stealthy?
That depends on my rolls.
That is always true. I have a +4 in stealth, but -1 to all my abilities.
Well, for mine still just +5, but it's kind of fumbled. But
Okay. We're okay then, I think.
You're reasonable.
I have a +1 on myself.
Whatever happens.
Whatever happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
let's
could
go for
roll
it.
a 1 and Jaymi can roll a 20. And
Yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah.
That was
All right. So what do you guys want to do?
we venture out.
All right, everybody roll me a stealth roll, and that'll stand for this floor.
19.
17.
Oh.
17.
16.
Okay, so you all pad across the floor, your footsteps falling silently to the marble below. As with much of the house, you notice that the plaster and the plaster is peeling in certain places, revealing the inner wood of the walls. The marble below your feet is scuffed and in need of repair. About the entryway that you entered, hang on a second. This is the entryway over here. Why don't you move your characters before I move the... you're going to have to open the door too. You can't move them through. Double tap. There you go. You can't move them through the doors unless you actually move the doors.
Spin it. Please. Spin it.
Whoa.
Where am I there? Ready?
Hang on, sorry.
Ah!
WASD. Don't fail me now.
There we go.
There you go.
Where am I?
You got double tap and hold.
Ooh. Ooh, keep up.
Yeah, hit that.
What's that?
No, that's killed.
Oh. Don't hit the X.
Oh, come on.
Maybe just double click somewhere outside of the...
Yeah, I'm wondering about that. There we go.
Oh.
Tap and hold. Okay.
Yeah, who's that guy?
So you got a double tap, and then hold your finger over top.
I'm possessed!
Oh.
I'm possessed!
What the heck was that? There we go. I don't want to show you the next floor.
Magically jump
Where
over
did-
the floor.
Where did Kilkax go? Oh,
On the next floor.
End up there. Ah!
We're learning.
Yeah.
On the roof?
I'll come back and be like, look!
How do you jump down there?
That's a question.
What if you just plop them outside on the ground?
I'll try.
And then
I tried that. You can't move them through walls.
you can jump a floor.
Or you just
somehow?
delete the character and then put it back.
Yeah, I'm almost to that point. Because I don't know what I did, guys. Sorry.
I don't know what I did either.
I think if you leave them on top of a wall, it skips them to the next. See, like that.
Assassin's Creed now, guys.
Yeah.
I think I figured it out. So I think that what happens is if you put them on top of something like here,
Yeah.
it kicks them to the next level.
Interesting.
So that's how you move them upstairs. So where's Kilkax now? Well, he's forever lost to us.
Bye, Kilkax. Nice knowing you. Who's that? Who's that?
Or you could disassemble.
That's funny.
It's the there he is.
The render just takes a second, or?
Sure I am. Look how beautiful those little peaks are.
Yeah, so that's what has to happen. So I think for the easiest thing here is just going to be kill you and put you back down.
Amazing.
I can't see anything now.
It's all
It's all
blurry.
blurry.
Oh yeah, because I'm too close. Yeah. There we go.
There we go.
Alright.
Your mouse sounds like a cat purring.
This one. This one. There we go.
There we go.
Alright, now move the other people and see if they'll work.
One more?
Yeah, he's...
Yeah, spit. He's possessed too.
Gotta go through the door.
Oh.
God damn.
Now he's hopping around everywhere.
Digging in the
What are you
dirt.
doing? You want another piece of pizza? Can you bring me the piece that I ate like 2 bites out of? Because I regretted not finishing it.
You're saving it for now.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, guys. I didn't realize how difficult this would be.
That's okay, it's learning.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're helping me work out the kinks on this one.
So did this used to be a monitor or?
Yeah, it's no, it's a 3D like it was a computer monitor, a touchscreen computer point of service monitor.
Oh, okay.
So.
You can't use words. Cal no words good. Cal no good
Why
words.
do you want to go up? Okay, you are starting to pick me off.
Kill him.
A mouse might just be the easier way to control them.
Yeah.
At least until we figure it out.
Yeah, but it's not as cool.
Oh my god, you're on the roof.
Yeah.
Oh, oh.
Something on fire.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
How do you get downstairs? Are there stairs?
Yeah, the stairs are here.
Well, lucky you. You don't know the stairs.
There has to be a better way to do this.
There's gotta be a way to turn off layers.
Well, that's what I do. Oh, wait, I see.
Can you do that? Can you turn off the upper floors for now?
Yeah, I see
Make
what
them
I can do.
non-explorable?
You lock them out?
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
lock the floor, yes. There we go. Now,
Smart thinking.
good. Thank you. I am a bozo. Because I actually knew that, and
That would stop any amount of it jumping into view.
yes. You guys are awesome. Thank you. So let's try
And
this
it's
again.
done. I wonder if we'll even see any of that rain in Edmonton. At least we got rain this morning.
Oh, it feels dribbles a little bit.
Yeah, there we go. So as long as I have the layer lock, it works. Okay.
Nice.
Thanks, guys. That was a good idea. Thank you for reminding me that I can do that. So, you're in the main entry. Where do you want to go from here?
As we are looking around, I am really keeping my eyes peeled for anything that seems to be out of place. Statues that look like their heads should be pulled forward.
Give me a...
Secret compartment doors, edges.
Well, there are multiple paintings around the edges of the house, each of them of severe-faced people leaning on either statues or chairs or, you know, that whole Gothic idea, you know? But as they lean, each of them has the same hard-edged look, the same sunken eyes and swallowed cheeks. But yeah, that brings us to that. So, what do you want to do now?
Take off all the paintings and look behind and see if there's a safe.
You seriously want to do that?
How many pictures are there?
20.
Ah, that's too many.
Okay.
Like two or
we need
three.
to we need to reel Kilkax back in here.
We're not here to rob.
I know. I just, if there was 2 or 3, I wouldn't have looked. So, do we want to go up or down?
My vote is up.
Up.
Yeah.
So let's look for the staircase up.
All right. You see a staircase over here. Or, well, not a staircase, but I guess you have to search the room. Sorry, I put a door on that. I forgot.
And there's multiple rooms. There's one room here. There's one room over here.
Yeah, there's several rooms.
But
I
everything's
tell the
dark.
group I wouldn't be surprised if there's secret passages.
I think we should go
Can we
up
just
and
take 10 in order to make sure we're being quiet as well?
Sure.
Or I guess we already rolled.
Yeah, you've already rolled for this floor, so you're good for whatever you do on this floor.
Where was it? So the lights that we saw before that you had seen when you walked further away was on
Which
the
side
west.
was
Was it the west side of the building?
This is where Ben was sleeping, and this side is where the.
Where it was the opposite one.
It was
Yeah.
in the opposite direction, so here's the library, right?
So is
So it should be around this area.
but upstairs.
Yeah.
Is that right? Because that would be north. I thought it was on like the west side or the east side.
Oh, that's the compass. And I might have fixed it.
I think I might have whoopsed it too, because actually, I think I did the thing wrong. Because this side's north by my orientation.
Mm-hmm.
So I might have whoopsed the compass by mistake when I built the darn thing.
Okay, so we just need to know this side was the light?
This side is where you saw the static light. This side is where you saw the light go and then snuff out.
The butler's above the kitchen and the light we want is above the library.
Library. Okay. All right. So should we go look?
Yeah.
So we need to
find
find.
stairs.
Yeah, we need to find a stairway.
All right. So I'm assuming you guys are opening doors. So behind this door here, you guys find a set of stairs that lead upward.
Oh, cute.
All right. So you want to go up the
For the
stairs?
record, that's a bad fire hazard.
No, there's no.
Oh, please.
No way. This place is made of solid steel.
What's happening? Why is it using unattended fire?
No, because there's a doorway to a stairwell.
Okay, come here, you.
I don't know, I was just making sure.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, there's
I'm in
no
character.
logic in your words. No logic.
Whoa! We just got full on spousal language.
Dragging off there real quickly.
What's that? The back of my hand.
We never hit an enemy.
Keep it.
You lucky bastard.
Mm.
I'll leave the rain up now.
This is a great idea in theory, but it takes you a lot of time to figure out what you're actually doing.
It's pretty cool though.
And a lot gets revealed sooner than maybe you want to.
Yeah.
When you're trying to pan around for a review something.
Well, I think that the better way to do it is when everybody has their own system, because that is the way they intended.
Yeah, it's not.
Come on.
There you go.
All right. So you guys find yourself in a well-lit hallway. With several lanterns burning low. Except that these lanterns don't appear to be burning oil, just buzzing ever so softly.
Is it electricity?
Alchemical?
You wouldn't recognize it as such.
I thought you said this wasn't a hotel. Why are there so many bedrooms?
Yeah, because it's a mansion.
Alright, fucker.
Oh.
Okay, so we're gonna creep our way towards where we saw the light.
You see that yet? There.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. So what do you want to do?
Ooh, this looks like it's another office. Is there stuff in it?
You can certainly check it out. All right. So as you enter, you find yourself in what appears to be a guest room, with a small writing table full of blank sheets and some paper on the desk. There's nothing particularly interesting about it, and a few of the titles on the shelves, they just appear to be your standard home carrying quarterlies type of thing, like kind of like a Reader's Digest. Like just something you'd pick up and read, but you wouldn't really want to subsume into yourself fully.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
So there's nothing in there. I take some empty pieces of paper just in case no one else is
Okay.
So I steal.
All right, that's fine. Everybody, give me a stealth check for this floor.
I'm gonna have a critical fail.
24.
Oh god. We knocked something over.
I rolled a 1.
All right.
I got a 6! Because I have that -1.
Oh no.
I got an 11.
Okay.
I'm 24.
24. So, Kilkax, you manage to pass unseen, but Dagra, as you step up the stairs, you trip accidentally and you grab a hold of one of the sconces, ripping it from the wall in all of a sudden, a buzzing sounding from the wall and a crash striking the ground. And off in the distance you hear a, "What?" All right. Initiative, everyone.
Ooh, 20.
Who had 4?
Me.
Okay. Dagra?
21. Does the
Or
stress,
well, you said 24?
does the stress also apply to initiative?
And Naalu?
10.
Okay.
Does the stress apply to initiative?
No. Just a skill and attack. Paine, we need to have a roll off. Alright. So, here's the initiative counter, guys. What do you want to do? You hear the old man scuffling to get about. How do you want to handle it?
Yeah, snuff them out, just like you said. Yeah, use your thing.
Okay, so the damage that I made,
Mm-hmm.
I try to pick up the roll.
Okay, give me a stealth roll.
Just hide yourselves and let's find this thing.
I rolled a 1.
Oh my
Again?
God.
There's several shards fall to the ground, further clinking and clacking as they go. All right. What do you want to do? Do you want to do anything with your bonus or your movement?
I hide.
Okay. How do you want to hide?
I pretend I'm one of the statues.
Holding the pieces!
I do that. I do that.
Okay. All right.
Dear God.
The roll for performance?
Oh my
I guess
God.
so. Yeah. Let's see how still in the dark you might very well pass for it.
Oh, 7 plus with my performance. -1, so that's 6, but I have another -1, that's 5.
Oh my God.
Okay. So you don't quite manage it. You're standing, but you can't help but twitch or switch, or twitch or switch as you go.
Fly in your face, right?
All right, Kilkax.
I close the door here. Is there a door here?
There should be.
Just step into the room and close the
Yeah.
door.
I just close the door.
All right, you're going to close that door.
Are we upstairs or downstairs?
You're upstairs.
We're at the top of the landing.
Okay.
You can dance. if you
Yeah,
want
I
to.
do.
You're right here.
I feel like
I am going to. Okay, so are there? I'm just gonna hide with. I'm just gonna hide
Yeah,
with
sure.
Kilkax, yeah.
All right.
I'm just gonna hop in with you.
All right, just move the character then. Oh, you put him on the next floor.
shit. How?
Because you put him on top of the wall.
Damn it, I didn't think I did, but there we go again.
Here we go again.
Yeah. That's a good girl.
You want them. So I think what we have to do is when we place them, we gotta make sure that that circle
Yeah,
is
see,
actually
on the ground. I see what you're saying.
Oh, shoot.
You mean,
There's more than one.
well, there's also one upstairs.
Alright, there you go.
Perfect.
So yeah, when you do move the character, just make sure the circle is on the ground where you're gonna pop up to the next floor.
Circle, there's an extra circle up top, then we flip somewhere else.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure we'll see them again when we set up the next floor. That brings us to Paine. What are you going to do?
Alright, so I'm just going to guess. I mean, which is the direction that we think he's coming out of?
Here,
Now
I'll
that he's run
just-
around several times.
Just put them in there.
As soon as he comes into view,
So
I'm
what
going
you-
to cast for him to fall asleep.
So what you heard is coming from this middle room here. So he said what?
The what? He went, what?
So he did say what, and then he did say what, and then he appears to be in the process of getting up. So he's right here at the moment. He hasn't moved out of his room yet.
So is he less than 20 feet in height?
Yes.
So the second he comes into my view, not necessarily his view of me, he will fall asleep.
All right, it's
I've
his.
cast sleep.
All right, it's his turn. So. Come on. Alright.
So the second he opens that door.
Alright. Well, that would be now. So he opens the door and you cast sleep on him. Alright, he doesn't get a saving throw. He's out like a light. Well done.
So I'm gonna quickly run over and just pick him up and drag him back into his bed.
Okay. Just move his character. We can assume that. Yeah. Yeah. Alright.
And close the door. And is there any way I can ginger this door to stay shut?
Give me a dexterity check. We'll assume the door's shut.
That is just a 10, I guess.
Okay, you managed to jam the lock. You don't know how well it's going to hold, but you know it's something at least.
I'm still trying to hold the clothes.
Right, just in case.
Just hasn't figured it out yet.
No, just like,
All right, so
So hurry up, guys. My spell won't last long, although I can also magically make him not hear if we need more time.
Wow.
Like transport him somewhere, or?
Definitely.
No, I can cast deafness on him.
Oh, not here. Okay. I thought you
Yeah.
said not here.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
here. I was like, oh, you can transport him somewhere?
That'd be pretty cool though.
Yeah, no, I thought maybe she was talking about like blink. You know how I could
Yeah.
transport back and forth? Yeah.
But deafness only lasts a minute. So if he wakes up and he remembers, we're fucked. If he wakes up and he can't hear anything, he might think it's a bad dream. It's a gamble. So we gotta move quick. So then as soon as I've got him in the bed and shut the door, I'm gonna head towards the other light.
okay. So you're going through this door then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna listen really quickly and then just try and push it open and see.
Does somebody want to do the honors of opening the door? Here, I think I can swivel it around for you. Hang on.
This one here?
Yep. Just hold on. And double click.
Yeah.
Right.
So you got to double click. And now drag.
Okay.
And make sure that circle's on the ground. Okay.
Perceive.
So as you walk through, you walk into a luxuriant bedroom. Unlike the rest of the estate, this room is in perfect repair. Fresh linens are laid upon the bed, and there's a scent of lavender in the air. In the far end of the room, a roaring fireplace spills heat and light into the room. Aside the bed, there are several books on one of the end tables, and verdant rugs are spread across the floor. It's obviously the home of the quarters of the home's master.
So is this the room that we thought?
Is there anyone in it?
Currently, it is unoccupied.
I'm going to take my wild shape, and I'm going to turn into the lab again.
Okay.
Or, no, the hound, was it?
There's a lab.
There's a lab, okay. Labs have good sense of smell.
No worries.
So I'm going to turn into a lab, but I want to be one that has super short nails so that I make no noise when I'm padding around.
Okay. Give me another stealth check.
13.
Okay, you're moving pretty quietly.
Okay. And I'm going to maybe go up to Paine and just like smell the letter that we had picked up earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just like put my paws up on him, give a good old sniff, and then I'm gonna set my nose to the ground and see if I can find that smell.
All right, there is a strong scent of that letter, or of whoever handled that letter, coming from this back room.
Okay, and I'm gonna start making my way there. If there's a door in the way, I'm gonna go up to the door.
Yep, that's a door.
And maybe sit and kind of like whine at someone to open up and follow.
Do you hear anything on the other side?
You have to hold and then double click.
So I'll sniff. Can I sniff anything coming from there other than that one smell?
The power of, or the smell of this, of the scent from that letter is overwhelming in this room. It appears to be coming from everywhere at once.
So I'm really gonna start wiggling my butt because I don't want to make too much noise, but I want to like let out a little itty bitty whine so that people are paying attention and everyone's ready.
Come here, guys, quickly.
All right, so who's going to go into that room? All right, everybody's going in, or
And
just?
I'm gonna bound ahead once the door opens. I'm gonna bound in and ahead.
I am going to draw my dagger before I step in.
Okay.
Are you gonna roll a line?
I don't know.
Cal.
Don't do it, please. I beg you, please.
He stabbed himself with the other
And we're going to close this door before you go in case we take too long and the butler comes out.
All right, okay, why don't you get in? No. Why are you being so evil to me?
Uh-oh.
There we go. Ruh-roh.
Wasn't from your ninja kids that would have gotten
Don't you mean
I love that mug so much.
Right, oh,
It's so cute. The mummy cat is my favorite.
See the ghost one. I like
Oh, yeah,
the ghost
this is cute. Yeah, no, still the mummy cat is my fave.
Can we zoom in on it a little, maybe?
Yeah, I'm gonna try something here. Because I lost you to the upper floor, but
That's okay.
Just throwing people around, top them on the roof.
We can make believe.
Yeah.
This is a game of make believe.
well, it's a game of the imagination, right? Theater of the mind. Alright, let's see if I can swing us in just a little bit closer.
I like having this in here. I feel like, right? What was that game where you pop it? Yeah, sorry. It kind of feels like
Trouble.
that.
Yeah, trouble.
Trouble, yeah.
They're the same game, but different names.
But different names, yeah.
Someone was
exactly.
like, screw your copyright.
Yeah. And then what else? Because there's Yahtzee. Or it reminds me of the Yahtzee. You're always shaking in a cup.
The
Yeah.
cold, heartless world of poor people.
I would play Yahtzee.
Cutthroat world of
Our neighbors are played it quite a bit this summer.
Oh, wow.
They sit out in their backyard and play Yahtzee.
For some reason, it doesn't like playing with me. Okay, you are being mean. Why are you being mean? Huh? Why are you being a dickhead? Huh?
It's being the weirdest. You can see like actively avoiding where you want to go.
Is the door open?
I think it's having a bit of a moment here.
Little booty foot.
Yeah.
If you zoom out and look straight down, what happens?
Nothing. Everybody gets popped up top. Here, I'm just gonna put them here because that's where you're gonna end up eventually, hopefully.
Okay.
One would hope, but yeah.
So theater of the mind.
Theater of the mind.
Here we go. We're in the room.
So, don't you just love when you learn new things about a particular program as you use it? All right, so as you enter the room, it's strewn with papers across a great mahogany desk. Several tomes spread across the top, illuminated by the odd buzzing candlelight. Several of the tomes lie disheveled and discarded across the floor, and all about loose-leaf papers smatter as if thrown about in a violent rage. What do you guys want to do? Along the far wall, next to the chimney, there are several bookcases, each of them each of them overflowing with books and loose-leaf folios.
I'm gonna sniff, 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 sniff.
Yeah, I'm gonna read whatever's right on top while she looks for the scent.
All right, the scent's everywhere. It's not helping you at the moment. It's like a blanket of scent.
I guard the entrance.
Okay.
So I'll just sit on my butt and whine a bit.
All right.
And wait and see what everyone else wants to do.
Mila, what books were you looking at?
Whatever is right on the top of the desk. If he's ain't really thrown stuff about, but whatever the last thing that was not,
The one that's on the top of the desk, there are two. The first is rather familiar to you. You've seen it before. It's Matthias's short story. The red ink is still visible in the margins. It's contained in a similar folio to the Forbidden, the book that you saw downstairs. But but rather than being actively written upon, this one now appears inert, as if it's been finished.
Similar, I think it's a duplicate of that book downstairs, the Forbidden.
Well, no, it's in the same folio, but it's a duplicate of the one that you already have in your possession, Matthias's manuscript.
Actually, speaking of which, we didn't really talk about me with that book before we all kind of moved along, so I kept it just because I wanted to do that anyways.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so I folded it up and I tossed it in whatever pack I have and I kept it.
Fair enough. And the second is a short story. This one is not in a folio. It's written on loose leaf. It appears to be. Do you guys want actual excerpts, or do you just want the? Oh, sorry, I think I knocked that.
Does it look like it's Matthias's work as well?
No, it's written in a very cramped, controlled hand that you recognize as Matthias's correspondent. It concerns a young man going through his father's papers and discovering evidence of a cult.
Okay.
And eventually, the character Belric pursues the cult to the point where he finds the answers that he claims he has sought, and the great being stood before him. And in that moment, he knew both madness and joy, for the two were ever linked in his mind.
Any reference to the cult, or the deity that they worship?
It's very nondescript, very
It's vague.
vague. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. It's very nondescript, very vague about who exactly the cult worships. However, there are many references to Cthulhu and Sargothua and the Necronomicon scattered throughout.
Okay, I'm just gonna fold that up and shove it in my pocket because we're just skimming.
Okay.
So just being those sort of keywords.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm gonna say, can you tell us who's got access here? Is there another door? What do we find, guys? Is it just this room? There has to be something more, I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Has to be.
Look out the window, can I see anybody coming up?
As you look out the window, give me a perception check.
Perception. With 15 plus 2. 17.
You see a set of lights coming down the new road,
Ooh.
streaming towards the one highway to the house. It appears that whoever is there will be here in approximately 20 minutes or so.
Gather what you can. We're getting company, kids.
I really should say it with more flourish than that, but at the moment I can't muster the. Yeah, let me try. You see two great beams cutting through the night, trailing along the serpentine spine of the new road. If it continues at its current pace, it won't be long before whoever is driving that vehicle arrives at your home, or arrives at the home. All right, so what do you guys want to do?
I'm going to take one last pass across anything that stands out on the books and the papers strewn about, see if we can find anything more, like
Just on the table, or are you checking everywhere?
everywhere. Like I'm just wildly looking about, using my intuition to guide that thing, you know?
Give me a investigation check. Is anybody else looking?
That one.
Is anybody else helping?
Yeah, sure.
You rolled before I could ask. So roll with advantage, please,
Okay.
if you have help.
Perception, you said?
Yeah, but she's going to roll it. As an investigation.
Yeah, I'll go up and I'll lean against your leg. That'll be me helping.
I was like, there's gotta be something else, guys. I'm so frustrated. Okay, so this is investigation. It's a 19.
As your hand moves along frantically along the bookshelves, searching, you find various tomes by Matthias and other authors. Each one appears to be tied to the same set of stories, the same set of gods, and the same sets of tomes and themes. As you're rifling through, your hand alights on a small red book that doesn't seem to move. You pull back.
Boom.
Whoa, shit, guys. I found it. It's a tomb.
Secret passage.
Up into the attic.
Workshop, imp room.
So,
Playroom, who knows?
as you look, one of the bookshelves clicks and then slides off behind a second, revealing a small wooden rickety staircase beyond, covered in cobwebs and smelling of copper.
I'm gonna rush forward.
All right.
It's funny that
Doggy
it's
fashion.
covered with cobwebs, so it hasn't been used.
Oh, not on the treads themselves, but around the stairs, like where you wouldn't normally tread on the railings, on low traffic areas.
And my sharp snout picks up that copper smell of blood. Old
Yes,
blood,
you would
blood?
notice no fresh blood.
Fresh blood. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna whine a bit.
Quickly, guys. I'm gonna lift you up if that's okay.
Sure.
Yes, I just say that to you.
I'm gonna say you're gonna need to do a strength check. A lad is usually pretty big.
And then I'm gonna pick you up. That is good. That's a 16 with my -1.
All right, you can move at half speed with her in your arms.
Okay, I'm gonna try and get up that ladder.
It's not a ladder; it's stairs.
Oh, stairs. Okay, I'm gonna take I put it back down. I'm like, wait, what am I doing?
And I'm like panicking.
All right, so everybody's moving upstairs.
Yeah. I'm going to be in the lead as I am bounding ahead and sniffing everything madly.
Yeah.
Do I pick up anything at all?
Just the overpowering scent of blood as you go. As you arrive at
So I'll whine. Or maybe I'll let out a low growl so that you guys all know that there's something.
Or just dark.
Yes.
Does it make you drool a little bit? Your canine
All
sensibilities.
blood, fresh meat. Yeah. Steaks. Yeah.
As you come to the top of the landing, you find yourself in the laboratory. I think that's everybody. Arcane vessels fill every inch of the walls, all of them bubbling with a strange liquid that begins at red in one testubule, then flows through the necks of the blown glass, before mixing with strange concoctions in a third, and turning black in a final resting vat. On the walls, you see several blasted tomes. Libris Morte, Necronomicon, Visal Metalis, Korax, which
Clorox, I know that one.
which the seventh key. All these books are lined up almost reverently on the wall, but that's not what your eyes most light on. Strapped to the table in the center of the room is a small, pale man with red hair. He groans slightly as you enter. No more. From one arm is splayed out across the table and strapped down, and from a tube running from his veins into a small glass vial. And that's where we're going to end tonight.